And what is going on, everybody? So, welcome to another edition of my Philadelphia Phillies Live Play-by-Play. But before we get into it, I wish everybody a happy Easter or a happy Passover. But with that being out of the way, obviously we are finishing the last game of the 4-game series. Hopefully, the Phillies can take the split against the Miami Marlins. Obviously, from last game, finally broke out. When we really needed them to. So we got Zach Wheeler going on the mound for the Phillies, taking on Eliasar Hernandez. But Suarez looked like he pitched well yesterday. I think everybody looks like they're ready. They're ready to go. All right, we're getting ready for the top of the first. So far, last game, the Phillies are now wearing the red jersey since obviously their cream one's kind of, apparently it's not coming. But the lineup goes as JT leading off, Bryce Harper being the DH, batting second, Castellanos batting third, Hoskins batting fourth, Schwarber batting fifth, Gene Segura batting sixth, Didi Gregorius seventh, Johan Camargo eighth, and Simon Muzziotti rounds it up at the batting ninth, taking on Eliasar Hernandez. So against the Angels, went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, walked 3, and struck out 6, and only on 76 pitches. Which, in order to that, he got the loss out of that. Let me fix this. And the first pitch to JT swings and misses for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on JT Realmuto. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that's chopped on the ground. Back to Hernandez, and makes the play for out number 1. So 1 away to start with only 2 pitches into the top of the first. Realmuto grounds out to Eliasar Hernandez. Now we got Bryce Harper coming up as the game's DH today.
And it's interesting. He has like a 90 to 92 mile an hour fastball, but it actually plays closer to 90, 93 to 95 just because of his spin rates and such. He's a guy that does give up a home run from time to time, and will give them up. And it's only because he uses the middle of the plate a little bit too much. But he's held his own, and he's part of a pretty good starting rotation here. Here's Bryce Harper. Harper's 4 for 2.
And the first pitch to Harper is swings and misses for strike 1 on a 77 mile an hour slider.
That was 0-1. One of the first 3 pitches. They're just hacking. Well, that may be their game plan against them.
Yeah, for those who are new coming in, make sure you smash the like button. Hey, happy Easter, man. Appreciate you tuning in. And there comes the 0-1 pitch. And Harper fouls it off for strike 2. Happy Easter, man. Secret Underdog. Appreciate you tuning in today.
No balls and 2 strikes to Bryce Harper.
So no balls, 2 strikes on Bryce Harper. For those who are new coming in, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys, are new, and definitely share the stream out. Greatly appreciate that. And here comes the 0-2 pitch, and Harper leads it upstairs for ball 1. But I wish everybody a happy Easter. Yeah. Well, yeah, tomorrow I am doing the Sixers and Raptors game 2. And the 1-2 pitch. And Harper chops it to the right side towards the shift. And let's be real, I'm really looking forward to see the shift be gone next year. Because let's be real, because I kind of really don't like the shift. So right now, the extra base leaders of the season, obviously Arenado leads with 8. CJ Cron with 7. Castellanos with 6. Albies with 6. So it's a 3-way tie for second with Castellanos, Ozzy Albies, and Marcell Ozuna with 6 total extra base hits this season. But yeah, huge shout out to the 4 viewers tuning into the stream. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you leave a like if you're watching. And Castellanos takes the first pitch for a cold strike at 91 miles an hour off that fastball. But for those who come in, if you are watching from YouTube or the Facebook, leave a like on the stream. Definitely share this out. I greatly appreciate it. Try to get some new people in here. But here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that hits Castellanos. That must felt uncomfortable.
Getting a visit from the athletic training staff.
I'm just another show on the replay if we got it.
I think you know what the reason why I got his hand is because his hand's way down the bat. I think his hand. A lot of hitters have their last.
Okay. Hey, huge shout out to the 5 viewers coming in. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Which is kind of strange because you want to use that knob.
God damn. So now we got Rhys Hoskins with two outs here at the top of the first. And we got Castellanos on first base after getting hit by a pitch. And the first pitch to Hoskins misses a bit inside, I should say, for ball 1. Yeah, even though I'll talk more about that during the commercial breaks because I had to get because I had to unfortunately I had to work during that game, which is kind of made me mad, but that's a whole other thing in itself. And the 1-0 pitch, Hoskins such a good hack, but just fouls it off for strike 1. Now 1 ball and 1 strike to Rhys Hoskins. Okay. Hey, I'll still be here. It's going to be a long baseball game. I appreciate it, man. And the 1-1 pitch is in there for a called strike. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Rhys Hoskins. Well, I know a lot of that's true. Because it's like they want to kind of talk their shit on Twitter because it's like, oh, Embiid's a dirty player. No, you can't guard him. I'm sorry, but you can't guard Embiid. The only way you can stop him is by fouling him. And that pitch misses upstairs for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rhys Hoskins. Pretty much. And look, Pascal Siakam, and like I said, Pascal Siakam is good, but he's not great by any stretch of the means. I still think he's still a decent player in the NBA. But I think what Tyrese Maxey kind of shows, and Hoskins chops on the ground, and Rojas throws him out for out number 3. Now we're going to the middle of the first, and then Wheeler's going to now take in the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. Well, since we're kind of coming to talk about that, yeah, I do think Raptors fans are going to be super salty as hell. I really, truly do believe that. But I do think overall, I thought the Sixers played well. Obviously, finally, Doc Rivers actually got his head out of his ass. Dude, Tyrese Maxey, the fact that this kid went off for 38 fucking points is unbelievable. It is what it is. It's impressive to say the least for Tyrese Maxey. I mean, and plus, Tobias Harris had a good game. I do think Tobias actually played well. Despite I caught the back end of it in the fourth quarter. But all that good stuff, though. It is, I mean, and I said this too. I'm also doing game 2 tomorrow night at 7:30. So you guys do not want to mess out on that as well. But yeah, I want to definitely do that. Live here on this channel. Which, let's be real, I haven't done a Sixers game in a while because I've been so focused on calling baseball games this season. But ever since when the lockout ended, I thought push basketball to the side because basketball's coming towards the end, obviously towards the playoffs, and that's when I started trying doing some college basketball games. That would be the most ironic thing that could possibly happen. But I think overall, that what the Sixers are trying to do, I mean, the Sixers need to keep up this formula. And I also think too, look, I think Nick Nurse is a good coach. I think what he's done with Toronto, I thought he's done a pretty good job with them. But at times sometimes I hate these coaches they're bitching and complaining because it's literally you can't stop this team. The only way you can stop them is by fouling them. Plain and goddamn simple. But to get back to the game, you got Jorge Soler leading off as the DH, Jesus Sanchez batting second, Jesus Aguilar batting third, Joey Wendell batting fourth, and of course they took the graphic off the screen, but it is what it is. And the first pitch is in there for a swing and a miss, strike one on Jorge Soler. Which is crazy to see someone like Jorge Soler, who, for those who may not remember, he actually spent some of his career with the Cubs before moving on to the Royals. And that pitch misses outside for ball one. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Jorge Soler. And the 1-1 pitch just misses outside for ball 2 on Jorge Soler.
Actually, I think Zach Wheeler had some of those issues last year where it went right out of the chute. That was we looked at his ERA. I have to go back and look at it.
And the 2-1 pitch from Wheeler is misses for ball 3 in the strike zone, which that's kind of,
3 balls and 1 strike.
I don't know. That's like, how do you know?
Wins, 51 losses.
So 3-1 on Soler, and the pitch is in there at 95 from Zach Wheeler. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jorge Soler. But huge shout out to the 4 viewers tuning into the stream. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you smash the like button. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. And the 3-2 pitch kicks and deals, and that is and Didi made a heck of a play, but couldn't get Jorge Soler because that was like deep in the hole on a broken back single, infield hit basically.
He got sawed off on the pitch, and Didi goes to go make the play on a backhand, and the ball basically made a right-hand turn, and he had to go to his seat to catch the baseball and release it in one motion. And I have to tell you, it was a heck of a play. Unfortunately, could not get enough on it to get Soler first base. We'll see this on the replay here.
Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate new people coming in. Because, and I said this too, and I don't know if I know there's some new people who might be tuning in because I've done different others first. See, that's the thing too. I think James, and say what you want to say about James Harden, but I think Tyrese Maxey has learned a lot. I think Maxey has improved with the guys. And the first pitch, it fouls back at 95 for strike 1 on Jesus Sanchez. The only team in the National League that gives us always for some reason is a thorn in our side, which is very crazy to see for a team who, let's be real, has a bright future ahead of them, but just has just been a thorn in our side for a handful of years. That's just crazy to see that. And Wheeler delivers the 0-1 pitch, misses bit inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Jesus Sanchez.
On that, he's got a tremendous, one of the best fastballs in the entire game, but he also has to be able to locate it. That's something that he did very consistently.
All right, so the count's now 1-1 on Sanchez. And Wheeler kicks and deals the 1-1 pitch, and he swings and misses for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jesus Sanchez.
It's 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's one of the things he tries to do with that slider cutter, is to try to get in on those left-handers. You see it right here. Stayed out over the plate a little bit, but cut just enough to get over his barrel.
I think you're right. I think that is the cutter. You know, there are 2 pitches that Zach throws, slider cutter, that are very similar.
Hey, huge shout out to the 6 people watching the stream. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, that was a cutter. That wasn't a slider. You know,
he's got a little bit more depth on his slider. He has a little bit more breakdown in the zone, and by design.
And the 1-2 pitch is in there for a called strike 3. 1 away here in the bottom of the first on a nice strikeout at a 94-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle.
Since 2020, the lowest starters ERAs. Zach Wheeler at 2.80. Corbin Burns, who won the Cy Young
I didn't see that, to be honest. Because by the time I got home, it's like I didn't get a chance to see it. Well, because you got to think too. Like, I also was working the entire majority of the game.
I don't even get a chance to see Bassett.
And here comes the first pitch to Aguilar. And that's swung, and that's not deep enough. Schwarber makes the catch for out number 2. And that's the thing, too. I think with Zach Wheeler, I mean, obviously we all know like the new era of baseball. We're seeing, these pitchers like throwing 95 plus. I mean, for those who had not paid attention, how about this superstar phenom in Japan, Sasaki, tossed a perfect game with 19 strikeouts, tops down 100 to 2, 100 to 3 miles an hour in Japan, which what up, Dante? What is good, my guy? And it's just like, it's impressive to see these young kids, really get the throwing at that velocity. Yeah, we saw it with Shohei Ohtani, who did that, earlier in his career and still does it to this very day. And the first pitch to Wendell, and he swings it in to shallow left, and Schwarber makes the catch for out number 3. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base for the Miami Marlins. To the bottom of the second, or top of the second, we go. Hey, huge shout out to the 6 people tuning in the stream. Definitely smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. I would greatly appreciate that. We are on the road to at least get to 410, maybe 415, but try to get to like the 425 at least get there to halfway to 500. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, anybody who's tuning in, because this is the first time I've met this many people watching the Philly stream, which is obviously, which is crazy to say enough, because like, who wants to kind of listen to baseball play-by-plays and all that good stuff? Oh yeah, but all that, yeah. Hey, huge shout out to the 5 people coming in, 4 from YouTube, 1 from my Twitch channel. Appreciate you guys coming in. Greatly appreciate that. All right, so let me fix my. So obviously we're going to the top of the second after this small commercial break. All right, so.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did, Bobby. It spun and it took a right turn.
Yeah, that was bizarre. I mean, there's usually no bad hops in the air, but it was a bad hop in the air.
All righty. So Eliasar Hernandez goes back on the mound to start inning number 2 with Carl Schwarber now leading off for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Schwarber batting 5th after leading it off for most of the year. Well, actually, the entire year. But 3 for 32 is the Phillies' leadoff hitter.
And the pitch, and takes it for a called strike. So no balls and 1 strike on Kyle Schwarber.
Back to the middle of the field, as they say. No balls and 1 strike.
And
Off the end of the bat.
And that's an infield hit for Kyle Schwarber.
Just as he designed it. He's the other way on that pitch. He was actually in front of it. But hey, maybe that's the thing that gets him going. Sometimes it just takes one at bat to kind of get your confidence, get your stuff going again, and we'll take it. I'm not going to give it back. He gets fooled on his little change-up and gets out.
And just out in front, but with the shift being on for a left-handed hitter.
Pretty smart hitting.
This is yesterday, working with Kevin Long, trying to stay to the middle of the field. That was not in the middle of the field. He wasn't happy about it.
And the first pitch to Segura, he swings it and pops it up behind the first base bag in the foul territory. Aguilar makes the catch for out number 1. But yeah, appreciate the 4 people tuning in. Appreciate you guys really tuning in here on the here on the channel, if you guys watching from YouTube, my Facebook page, or my Twitch channel. Greatly appreciate that. So 1 away here in the top of the second. So now Didi now coming up.
No homers, 2 RBIs. 300 lifetime hitter.
So right now he's already batting .258 with no homers, 2 RBIs so far for Didi. But yeah, just like I think another guy I think at times can be very inconsistent. So as Hernandez gets set and delivers the first pitch to Didi, is in there for a cold strike on the inside corner at 92 miles an hour.
I would think they would go to right field. It's a tough go to go opposite field here.
Plus, he's never hit one to left field.
I don't think he has.
Well, he's got to start learning how to hit to the opposite field because I mean you got a wide open hole on the left side, and the 0-1 pitch, swings and misses for strike 2 from Didi Gregorius.
Yeah, typically Hernandez will have some fade to his changeup, but because a lot of his stuff is really not that consistent, that's one of the reasons why his numbers are not better than they are. He just
Yo, what's good, Dante? What is good, man?
Like similar action, which can be good at times, but it's one of the reasons why he struggles.
And the 0-2 pitch, and Didi swings it to the left. And Brian Anderson makes a good sliding grab. So 2 outs here in the top of the second. Okay.
He's playing third base, obviously playing on the left side of the field. But for him to come out firing, he's probably at what you would call an 80-yard. That scale from 20 to 80.
Yeah, huge shout out to 3 people coming in. Appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. Definitely share this, hit the subscribe button, guys. Definitely share this out too. Greatly appreciate that. Or if you're watching on Facebook as well, definitely share that out as well. If you guys are watching from Facebook, I would greatly appreciate that. Now we got Johan Camargo now coming up. And the first pitch to Camargo swings and misses for strike 1.
Girardi's been asked every day the last several days about Alec Bohm and whether he's going to play first again. And Joe said he's going to play third again. He said he's going to play third. He said we're just going over some things before we put him back out there again.
And time has been called.
And I think it takes a little time to kind of get over that, get through it. But additionally, when you have your ace on the mound, you want your best defenders out there. And there's no question that Johan Camargo is their best option at third base. And maybe true for Luciani at center as well.
And the 0-1 pitch misses inside for ball 1.
Now, right now, Alec is arguably the hottest Phillies hitter in the short term. He had a great night last night. But, Joe said basically what you said, too, about the defensive part of it. He said that they're working on things to try to get him back out there. And they will get him back out there. But right now, he just...
And the 1-1 pitch. It misses outside for ball 2 on an 82-mile-an-hour changeup from Eliasar Hernandez.
Guys like Kurt Schilling, when he was pitching, I mean, sometimes you sacrifice some offense for some defense when you have your ace out there because you want those balls caught.
2-1.
And the 2-1 pitch. Hernandez kicks and deals. And then throws over.
You said, Ruben, he said it today. He didn't outwardly come out and talk about the mental part of the game defensively for Alec. But he alluded to it. That's part of what they're working on through drills and through conversation to make sure that he is out there comfortable. 2-1. Outside.
And misses outside for counts now 3-1 on Johan Camargo.
Sometimes it takes a little. Sometimes if you just get away from it a little bit, it can really help relax you a little bit. And there's a lot of different exercises and things you can do as far as visualization and things of that nature.
And the 3-1 pitch and swings and misses for strike 2. So now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes on Johan Camargo. Most likely the runner's going to be off and going.
He'll double up with that high fastball to try to get you to chase afterwards.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Schwarber will be off
And the 3-2 pitch. And Camargo fouls it back to stay alive in the count. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. So we still got 3 balls, 2 strikes on Johan Camargo with a runner on first, with 2 outs here in the top of the second. And the 3-2 pitch. And pulls it foul.
And Schwarber's getting his sprints in. He'll head back to first again.
Well, he had a day off. Well rested.
I like the lid.
That old school powder blue. I love it.
Phillies,
yeah.
Wait, you shouted to 3 people tuning in. Said you greatly appreciate that. And Hernandez gets set and Gregson deals a 3-2 pitch, and Camargo fouls it back. Yo, what's good, Key? What is good? What's good? So far, man, it looks like finally we're not actually Schwarber finally got on base on an infield single off to the shed. Now we got Camargo up. So far, Wheel looks pretty good. After coming off his last start, I think everybody looks pretty good so far. They're making Hernandez work. I know they're looking. And Camargo walks. So we got runners for first and second with. So now we got Simone Muzziotti now coming up. Today's starting center fielder for the Philadelphia Phillies. So now we got Camargo on first, Schwarber on second. Pretty much. But yeah, he shouted the 4 people coming in. Greatly appreciate that. Greatly appreciate that. Definitely share this out. I would appreciate it even more. So right now, so far, you got Simon Muzziotti, who obviously was a call up because obviously with Mickey Moniak still on the shelf for a little bit with a broken wrist. But yeah. So we got like a meeting on the mound before the first pitch has been thrown towards Simon Muzziotti.
We got some transmitter issues. They're going to swap transmitters.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Plus, I think also too, and yeah, I've noticed that too. Plus, I think if you move Schwarber out of the leadoff spot, I think it looked like he's actually more comfortable out of the leadoff spot because obviously we have JT leading off for us today. If you didn't see the lineup there, Key. It's usually Effin and Garrett Stubbs together. And fly ball to the shallow left, and Anderson makes the catch for out number 3. So to the middle of the second we go, and that is going to be a boring ass commercial break. But yeah, so far the Phillies look good. Obviously coming off that game, which was not televised, was kind of bullshit. But hey, look, it is what it is. Phillies won 10-2 yesterday. They're also trying to look for the split, trying to get themselves back out of the basement of the NL East. But yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Hey, he shouted the 5 people tuning in. Greatly appreciate that. Really do appreciate for new people coming in. Greatly appreciate that. Okay. Oh, goodness. A huge shout out to 7 people tuning in. Greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. Greatly appreciate it for those who are coming. If you're coming from Facebook, YouTube, or my Twitch, I very appreciative of that. Or if you're watching on my Twitter, greatly appreciate that as well. Alrighty, so to the bottom of the second we go. Game still tied 0-0. With Wheeler going back out to start out to the bottom of the second against the Miami Marlins. Greatly appreciate for those who are new coming in. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, you guys are new, and definitely share the stream out. I would greatly appreciate that.
I was told to put it into the rotation of shirts, so I have put it into the rotation of shirts.
Alrighty. So, like I said, Phillies are looking good, and the first pitch misses a little bit upstairs, too, for ball 1 to start off the bottom of the second.
Is it orange or is it tangerine?
I would say.
And the 1-0 pitch from Wheeler. Kicks and deals. Misses inside for ball 2 to Brian Anderson.
It is the highest selling item down in Clearwater, along with the blue pullover that we wear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love that blue pullover.
2 balls and no strikes.
And the 2-0 pitch. Misses inside for ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes on Brian Anderson.
Perfect. Anderson 6 for 22 against Zach Wheeler.
And here comes the 3-0 pitch. Anderson takes it right down the middle for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike on Brian Anderson from Zach Wheeler.
As we said before, I mean, this is a guy that was.
And the 3-1 pitch. Misses upstairs for ball 4.
Yeah, the only reason he's playing today is because Garrett Cooper does have a sore elbow from his collision yesterday with John Birdie. And it's the same elbow that he had Tommy John surgery on. And Birdie has general body soreness.
Yo, what's going on, Jay Taco? What's good, my guy?
The folks at Miami Radio wait until he becomes 50.
Well, I mean, he ran into a Mack truck in Garrett Cooper yesterday in that really bizarre play.
We got Jazz Chisholm kind of coming up for Miami with 1 man on via the walk from Zach Wheeler. And the first pitch to Jazz Chisholm swings and fouls it, and that's a base hit down the. And Anderson scores easy on an RBI double by Jazz Chisholm, RBI triple by Jazz Chisholm. So 1-0 Marlins lead over the Phillies right now. But a huge shout out to the 7 people coming in. Greatly appreciate that.
I'll tell you what, their plan obviously is to be hacking early, and that's exactly what they're doing. And Chisholm gets a little cutter inside, and he turns on it. Zach doesn't get it up in the zone as he typically does against the left-handers.
Oh, yeah, he
down a little bit into that nitrous zone, and with their speed, man on third base, and he drives Anderson in fairly easily.
Now we got De La Cruz now coming up to face Zach Wheeler. And the first pitch from Wheeler swings and misses and fouls it off for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on De La Cruz.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of people surprised. He's fine. He's healthy, according to Don Mattingly. It's just that this was a predetermined day off.
So Wheeler gets set and kicks and deals the 1-0-1 pitch. And that's swung on the ground, chopped on the ground. Foul. So fouled off his foot, so no balls and 2 strikes on De La Cruz. Probably the most uncomfortable feeling worse, fouling off your foot.
A lot of different ways he can go now with the 0-2. You can rush him up top, try to get him to swing underneath the fastball. fastball. He can stay down in the zone and try to get the ball on the ground.
So Wheeler gets set to deliver the 0-2 pitch, kicks and deals, and a good miss outside the zone for ball one. Try to get Brian De La Cruz to try at least swing at it.
Much better than the possibility of making a mistake up in the zone and having the guy maybe drive the ball into the outfield for a sack.
So Wheeler gets set after getting the sign from JT. Kicks and deals the 1-2 pitch. And that's chopped right through the, and that's another base hit for Miami. 2-0 Miami leads. Let's be real, not having the infield in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a pitch that basically throws a fastball almost right down the middle. It did not hit his spot.
Greatly appreciate it, J Taco. Greatly appreciate it.
I would love to have seen him try to stay down in the zone, maybe with something spinning.
Now we got a little Miguel Rojas now coming up with nobody going here on, with man on first here in the bottom of the second with the Marlins up 2-0.
Marlins got a triple from Jazz Chisholm. That drove in a run. They have 15 extra base hits in this series. Now, it's not even close to the record of extra base hits in a 4-game series against the Phillies.
And time has been called. Greatly appreciate it.
24 extra base hits in a 4-game series by the Colorado Rockies in September of 2018.
I would not be surprised to see a little action here. I know that Gil Rojas can handle the bat a little bit. He likes to do hit and runs, and I know Madigan likes to do it.
And the first pitch misses outside for ball one on a bunt attempt by Luis Rojas. Or, I'm sorry, Miguel Rojas. So now Wheeler delivers the 1-0 pitch. Hits the outside corner for strike one at 95 on that four-seam fastball. But yeah, huge shout out to the 7 people that's coming through. Appreciate it. 4 from YouTube, 2 from Facebook, and 1 from my Twitch. Greatly appreciate you guys coming through. I really do really appreciate it on this beautiful Easter Sunday. Damn. And the 1-1 pitch misses downstairs for ball 2.
It doesn't look like Zach is as sharp as he would be in the stretch that he will be during the course of the season. You know, when you're in the stretch, it's a totally different type of mechanics. And he seems just a little bit out of sync out of the stretch right now.
And, Wheeler steps off, try to recollect himself a little bit.
Rojas is 2 for 10 in the series. He has good numbers against Wheeler, though. He has 2 home runs. 2 of his 7 hits are home runs.
And Wheeler throws over to keep the runner close at first.
Yeah, I have a feeling they think that this is kind of an action pitch. When you have a guy who's got the ability to make contact like Rojas does, and if they're going to do anything as far as movement is concerned, this would be.
Oh, they got him.
Almost dropped, I think.
Oh, it was. Well, they had him. The body on the glove jarred it loose.
If Austin can actually catch the ball, they had De La Cruz picked off.
Just couldn't hang on.
He actually caught him peeking in there, and Reese just ticked off the tip of his glove.
Yeah.
So now we get the 2-1 count on Miguel Rojas and the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike 2.
I think so. Pretty good pitch. Really good pitch.
So now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Miguel Rojas from Zach Wheeler. Huge shout out to the 6 people watching the stream. Greatly appreciate that. Wheeler gets set and kicks it and delivers the 2-2 pitch. And that is a base hit for Miguel Rojas, and that's going to go to the corner. So that's a second RBI triple. So it's a 3-0 lead for the Miami Marlins. Unbelievable.
The Marlins are taking advantage of some mistakes from Zach Wheeler in this inning.
So now Miami's already got 3 runs on 4 hits, where the Phillies just have no runs on 1 hit.
He does exactly what you're supposed to do. He gets that slider and stays up in the zone, and he pounds it down the right field line and just inside the chalk. And now the Phillies have to slow
Unbelievable.
down here.
Peyton Henry's the batter. They're going to play the infield halfway this time.
And the first pitch is in there for a called strike. Oh yeah, Peyton Henry now coming up for Miami. Already down to count, no balls and 1 strike. And the 0-1 pitch.
Off the hands, back to the mound.
And Wheeler looks Rojas back, and that's out number 1 here in the finally the first out recorded here in the bottom half of the second.
That brings Jorge Soler to the plate. Our giant home run replay last night, it went 428 feet.
And then 428 feet high as well. I mean, that was a towering blast and a little outside cutter from Major Suarez, and that was a giant home run replay.
Now I got Jorge Soler. We're going back to the top of the lineup. We go with Jorge Soler.
No, and Garcia hit one to center field that was the distance-wise farther.
And Wheeler delivers the first pitch to Wheeler.
Hits it over to first. Reese has it. Chases Rojas back to third.
And that is two outs here in the bottom of the second, and chases Rojas back to third.
I wonder if Rojas, if he had to do over again, would have just kept on going.
I was really surprised that he didn't go. And typically, he's a very heady player, and he's got excellent instinct. I'm just surprised that a ball on the ground that he would not go there.
Trying to see where his
Now we got Jazz. Now we got Jesus Sanchez now coming up with two away, with Miami up 3.
He just didn't get a very good jump. I mean, I don't know if he was prepared for this.
Yo, what up, Dante?
Down the line very much, and he started, but I just felt like he didn't get a good enough jump to be able to go. At least that's what he thought. But
And the first pitch to Sanchez misses way upstairs for ball 1.
Struck out looking his first time up. Article in the Miami Herald today about Sanchez playing center field.
And he's overwhelmed with the strikeout from Zach Wheeler.
To be an everyday center fielder.
And the 1-0 pitch from Wheeler is out, just a bit outside for ball 2. Even though that's right on the corner, that should have been a call. And that's the thing too. Like we try to hit the corner, it's just like you're not going to get. It just feels like the umpires don't call the strikes almost 100% of the time, because it's like it is what it is, though.
It certainly hasn't slowed his offense at all.
Now it counts down 2 balls and no strikes, and the pitch. And that's another base hit for Miami. So that's 4-0 Miami leads. Unbelievable. I think just
Against the Marlins at the end of last year. It's only the second time since he's put on a Phillies uniform that he's allowed 4 runs in a game against
now we get Miami with 4 runs on 5 hits, where the Phillies just have 1. Unbelievable.
See Kevin Coffin is coming out now to settle him down a little bit, but he's just missing in the middle of the zone far too much.
And that's the biggest problem to it. Sometimes with these high velocity guys, they have a tendency to, like, obviously, like Ruben Amaro said, basically, they miss in the middle of the zone, and we're seeing that from Wheeler.
Whatever game plan that they had coming in, I mean, for the Marlins, it's worked rather well for them.
Now we got Jesus Aguilar now coming up.
Not felt comfortable using different quadrants of the plate, just using a little bit too much in the middle.
Nothing is now heading back to the dugout. And Aguilar is coming up. Aguilar flying out to left field his first time up.
So we got the Phillies down 4 with bottom second, 2 outs, with now Jesus Aguilar coming out with the runner on first. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike to Jesus Aguilar. So no balls and 1 strike to Aguilar, who was 0 for 1 with the fly out to the left.
And it drifted out into the middle of the plate. As I said, I just think his mechanics are not quite where they need to be. And again, if you think about how many times he's pitched since the beginning of spring training, he really hasn't pitched all that.
And that pitch misses downstairs in the dirt for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here on Jesus Aguilar.
Yeah, it was supposed to pitch one time, and it was the rain caused him to go back and pitch an inter-squad game.
And it does make a difference when you're facing, someone with a different uniform on.
1 ball, 1 strike down to Aguilar. Well, the Marlins hit some balls hard too in this inning.
And the 1-1 pitch swings and misses for strike 2.
And it's 1-2.
On a nice curveball from.
Second inning earned runs allowed. Today 4, last season 5.
The entire season.
Yeah, the whole year. Wow, 5 runs, 5 earned runs in the second inning.
Now the count's now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jesus Aguilar. Wheeler kicks and deals the 1-2 pitch, swings and misses for strike 3. That is the end of the second inning.
8 men come to the plate in the inning, though, for the Marlins. They score 4 runs on 4 hits.
So we got 4 runs. So 4 run total. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Marlins.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Just the fact that sometimes Wheeler and then this is kind of like the issue that I have at times with some of these high velocity guys who have good stuff, but at times you just stop missing out over the heart of the plate, because a lot of opposing teams can make you pay because of that one mistake. If you miss out the heart of the plate, they're going to make you pay for that. And we saw that with what the Marlins are doing against Zach Wheeler when he misses up in the zone or right down the middle, and it happens. But coming to like us Phillies fans, it's kind of a little bit of a different outcome, the way how everything is going so far. Okay. Hey, huge shout out to the 4 people still sticking with me from some Easter Sunday afternoon baseball. Greatly appreciate that. And now tomorrow, obviously, we'll be live again tomorrow for the Sixers and Toronto Raptors Game 2 of the NBA playoffs. So you guys do not want to miss out on that. Make sure you have that notification bell turned on when I go live, so you guys will be instantly notified when I go live. But to the top of the third we go. So now we got back to the top of the order we go with JT leading off. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. And the first pitch from Hernandez, and JT thought about having a bunt but pulls back for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes on JT Realmuto. Hey, he shouted out the 5 people coming in, though. Greatly appreciate that. Yeah, for some reason, they're always been a thorn in our side. And JT fouls it back for strike 1.
OPS of 794.
And the 1-1 pitch to Realmuto swings and misses for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on JT Realmuto.
Going to be the next several days. If it's not Kyle Schwarber to figure out who is going to be the leadoff hitter, and if it's not JT.
So for me, I'll put Gene Segura on as a leadoff hitter because I thought he done. And JT fouls it back. There's the reason why I would think just have not JT, but Gene Segura as the leadoff hitter because I think Segura has some good numbers when he was leadoff hitter because he's always been that one guy that pretty much gets that offense going. So I think if I'm Joe, I would at least put that in consideration. Let Gene lead off. And Hernandez delivers the 1-2 pitch. And JT fouls it off to stay alive in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes with the Phillies down by 4.
So Zach Wheeler kind of catching his breath.
And the 1-2 pitch. And JT still fouls it back to keep the counts the same at 1 ball, 2 strikes. So JT kind of making Eliasar Hernandez kind of work a little bit. But I do appreciate the 5 total people coming in. Greatly appreciate that. For those who are new, definitely hit that smash that like button. Share the stream out. Would greatly appreciate that. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. And JT fouls it back to stay alive in the count of 1 ball, 2 strikes. So that's what I'm saying because it's like if you looked at last year, I thought he had some pretty good numbers as the leadoff hitter last year. And the 1-2 pitch and swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's the first strikeout for Hernandez. 1 away here in the top of the 3rd. Just a little bit out in front for JT. Now I got Bryce Harper up, who kind of struggling a little bit to start the season. A little bit so far in. And the first pitch to Harper misses outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Bryce Harper, who was 0 for 1 with a ground out. And that pitch is on the corner for strike 1. So the count's now 1 ball, 1 strike to Bryce Harper.
Talking to Bryce today, he is in tune with so much stuff going around baseball. We're talking about expansion and potential, cities that could house baseball.
And the pitch. And that is a base hit for Bryce Harper to start off the top of the 3rd with 1 away, with 1 man gone. So now I got Nick Castellanos got hit by the pitch in his first plate appearance. Basically, he's 0 for 0 with a hit by a pitch. And the first pitch to Castellanos is a bit low for ball 1. Yeah, Harper on first with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. And the 1-0 pitch to Castellanos. And that is a base. And that's just a good diving play by Wendell to get the out at first. And Bryce Harper moves up to second with two outs here in the top half of the third.
Third baseman in that one. Sprawling toward the line. Harper goes to second.
And this was absolutely headed down the left field line, and Joey Wendell with some beautiful play pops up very quickly. Real athletic play right here for him. Not just love it, also pop up as quickly as he did. Goes to strike over to Aguilar at first base.
Now we got Hoskins now coming up. And the thing about too with Joey Wendell is like he's always been a good defensive third baseman, especially during his time with the Tampa Bay Rays. So, I mean, and the first pitch to Hoskins is in there for a called strike. And he's over one with the ground out. And what's funny is it's like this, like sometimes like this team just needs to stop like letting some hittable pitches go by and start swinging at times. And the 0-1 pitch to Hoskins and fouls it back for strike two.
Hour left, it scatters a few birds who seem confused about where they're supposed to go. And there's another being closed.
I think the first pitch, like he should have just took a hack at it because that's right down the was just right down the middle.
A couple of pitches that the Phillies just haven't capitalized on. And hopefully they can at least here pretty soon before they get out of this ballgame. They want to stay in it.
So now it's no balls and 2 strikes on Rhys Hoskins.
Butler leads off second,
And the 0-2 pitch.
and he went around.
And Hoskins strikes out to end the second. The top half of the third. On fucking discipline. So to the middle of this third we go. Or basically it's the commercial break. Just go to shows at times they just gotta stop leaving headable pitches right down the middle of the plate because like he's got to start making the Marlins pay for their mistakes, especially on the pitching staff because they knocked around Taylor Rogers yesterday, but they cannot doing that the same thing with Eliasar Hernandez. I'm just saying. I mean that's just me. All right. But a huge shout out to 5 people still tuning into the stream. Greatly appreciate that. Make that 6, actually. Appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Greatly appreciated for those who are just tuning in into tonight's Sunday afternoon on this beautiful Easter Sunday, or happy Passover as well to those who are celebrating Passover. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. But yeah, like I was saying too, like as a player myself, like it just seems like how even though I have a little bit of respect I do have respect for the Marlins, but here's the thing, because obviously, hang on a second.
Well, it's 4-0 Marlins. We go
Turn the volume back on, since usually when I pause it or like when I do these live playoff plays, I mute like the commercials out there watching from my TV or on my phone right here right next to me. Now we got Joey Wendell leading off to the bottom of the third for Miami.
Wheeler's allowed 4 runs on 5 hits so far.
Yeah, appreciate the 6 people tuning in, especially 3 from Facebook. Greatly appreciate those. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike to Joey Wendell.
He's got a pretty good amount of that curveballs that he's feeling real comfortable with right now. I think that's the breaking ball that I think he's.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. I think Brumar really made a good point. I'll talk about that more as well. Is that how like these certain pitchers, like they'll have that one pitch working for them, and in this case for Zach Wheeler, it's his curveball. Because think about it, because obviously his slider has been not as sharp, but I think he's got to realize to just put that in his back pocket and just hold off on it. And now the 0-2 pitch.
Breaking ball back toward the mound, and Wheeler fields his
and that is a good curveball for out number 1.
With 1 away,
And I think that's a good point by the and that's a very good point because I can speak from experience because I throw 5 pitches myself. Like if I have not one pitch not working, I actually keep that in my back pocket just because you guys don't because you don't want to have to make that mistake. If it's not working, it's just like you don't want to have to constantly force to throw in that same pitch if it's not working. But in Zach Wheeler's case, I mean, he's got good stuff. I think the curveball. I think Roman Morrow really did point out. Like I think his curveball has been working for him. So I think they just hold off on that slider and just stick with the curveball. And the first pitch to Anderson, Brian Anderson misses inside for ball 1.
Sides of the field.
There's
outfield.
Yeah, there's definitely something to that angle to be able to make that adjustment and to feel more comfortable on the ball coming off the bat and working those angles.
And that misses inside for ball 2. And the 2-0 pitch to Anderson is in there for a called strike.
That one at the top of the zone. They did go back to the slider. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
So 2 balls and 1 strike on Brian Anderson after the Marlins knocked around Zach Wheeler in the second inning. And Wheeler kicks and deals the 2-1 pitch. That is in there at 94 for strike 2.
You see the velocity, it's not where it was last year. His fastball velocity, 4-seam, 2-seam, it didn't matter, 99, 98, in that general neighborhood.
And the 2-2 pitch. Misses just outside for ball 3.
And today, for instance, his fastball velocity has peaked at 95.7. And for the 4-seamer, it's sitting at 95. For the sinker, it's sitting at 94.
And for guys who are power pitchers, they have to kind of build up their arm.
And the 3-2 pitch.
Really got a chance to do that.
And Anderson walks for the second time.
Just walked Anderson for the second time, so that's his second walk.
Now I think we got Jazz Chisholm now coming up from Miami.
It brings Jazz Chisholm to the plate.
And he is 1 for 1 with an RBI triple.
Chisholm, his first time on triple, and then scored and drove in a run. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Citizens Bank Park. Buy and manage tickets, unlock offers.
It's just something.
And much more.
Yeah, I still appreciate the 6 people still sticking with me. I greatly appreciate that. I really do. Greatly appreciate it for those who are still sticking with me on this beautiful Easter, or if you're on the other like if you're like you celebrate Judaism, happy Passover to those happy Passover to those who celebrate Passover. So Wheeler gets set to deliver the first pitch to Jazz Chisholm, who tripled his first time at bat, and that's in there for a called strike with the 90-mile-an-hour slider.
The new rules, I think they did call a few strikes.
I would think so, yeah.
And we got the 0-1 pitch. Kicks and deals. That is in there for strike 2. So I'll say, because if you call that a ball that we're going to have, that's going to be an issue. Which I think that's kind of been somewhat of an issue in Major League Baseball. It's just, a lot of missed strikes. Plain and simple. So the count's now no balls and 2 strikes on Jazz Chisholm. And Wheeler delivers the 0-2 pitch. Swings and misses for strike 3 on a nice slider on his back foot slider at 89 miles an hour. So 2 away here at the bottom of the 3rd.
That was a very nice sequence. He goes backdoor slider, goes 4-seam fastball in, and then he comes back with a little slider. That's where he wanted the ball down the first time when he hit a triple on it. Down.
That's another thing too. Like some of these professional pitchers, and I've worked as a pitching coach before, and I've noticed like if this little slight angle of like either the wrist or the shoulder, like this, they're going to definitely make a mistake. Now we got Brian De La Cruz, and the first pitch to him misses way inside for ball 1.
Talking about velocity, fastball velocity. Last night, Hunter Green for the Cincinnati Reds. His fastball 4-seam fastball sat at 100.2 miles per hour.
That is an awfully lively arm that the Reds have in there.
He had 39 pitches that hit triple digits.
And the 1-0 pitch. And fouls it
That's
off for
never
strike
happened
one.
before, and, as a starting pitcher. Dodgers struck out 13 times.
You see some of the velocities on Wheeler's fastball right now, and I think what he's trying to do is move the ball a bit. He's trying to sink it as opposed to go with the four seam as much as he was earlier in the game, just to try to get a feel of some movement in the zone.
And we got the 1-1 pitch.
Outside,
Misses outside for 2 balls and 1 strike to Brian De La Cruz.
First 2 innings, that was his ERA. In innings 1 and 2 combined. His whip, unbelievable. And that's even with a lofty first inning for his standards. But today, he's been hit around a little bit.
And
line drive, base hit to center
and the base hit right up the middle.
Anderson
So
will stop at second base as Muzziotti got it in quickly.
So we got 2 men on.
Cruz is 2 for 2.
Oh,
and that'll put 2 on with 2 outs for Rojas.
We got Miguel Rojas not coming up, and he has a triple today.
And again, he tried to run a little fastball on the outer part of the plate, and he left it in the middle of the plate again. And like I said, I just think he's a little bit out of sync as far as his mechanics are concerned, and using a lot more of the middle of the plate than he typically does.
So Miguel Rojas, he's 1 for 1 with the triple and a run scored.
So the Phillies can get back in the dugout and try to knock off some of that deficit.
And the first pitch to Rojas, and that's swung. That's a base hit. And that's another run scored. Are you fucking kidding me? I think that's unbelievable from Wheeler. So now we get outscored now and out hit by the fucking this abysmal Marlins team.
First pitch fastball doesn't get it in enough. Again, another fastball that's out over the plate. Schwarber comes to get it aggressively, but Anderson had a very good secondary, runs well, scores fairly easily.
I would not be surprised if the Phillies got some bullpen action.
The number 9 hitter, Peyton Henry's coming up.
What's good, Dante? They got catcher Peyton Henry, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out.
Henry fouls it over the first base dugout.
And that's fouled back for strike 1.
By the way, getting back to that Hunter Green thing, he's 22 years old, which is why it's amazing. And if you watched any of it last night, I mean, he was stellar. He did have Tommy John surgery back in 2019, but so the 39 pitches of 100 miles an hour or more, the previous record was DeGrom. Now, this is since StatCast was put into play. I mean, we don't know about Bob Feller. He may have done it during his career because he threw so hard. DeGrom did it.
And the 0-1 pitch.
Jordan Hicks did it 29
And Peyton swings to shallow right, and Harper makes the catch for out. Or I'm sorry, Castellanos makes the catch for out number 3.
The inning is over. The Marlins, though, do get 1 more. They get a run on 2 hits. They lead 2. Head to the 4th. It's the Marlins 5 and the Phillies nothing.
Oh, sorry. I think Wheeler. I just feel like Wheeler's not himself. I think at times I just feel like if it weren't for that shoulder fatigue he suffered before the season started, I think this could have been a whole lot different. And the way that everything has gone so far for Zach Wheeler. I'm just saying. But yeah, so obviously a board nice commercial break with the Phillies still down by 5. It just seems that Wheeler's leaving everything up in the zone a little bit, which is unlike him at times. I mean, if he wants to go up in the zone, as for me, if I want to see him go up in the zone, I would like to say go out of the strike zone, like that high up, try to get some swing and misses that way. I'm just saying. Alrighty. All right, so we're here in the top of the fourth.
Will turn things over to Kyle Schwarber, Gene Segura, and Didi Gregorius.
So Kyle Schwarber, Didi, and Gene Segura will lead it all. Will lead this part of the order for the Philadelphia Phillies to start the top of the fourth.
Yeah, hopefully that gets him going. He's been struggling. Lord knows they need to get things rolling, otherwise it's going to get a little late.
And the first pitch from Hernandez to Schwarber, it misses upstairs for ball one. He's 1 for 1 with that little roller single. And the 1-0 pitch.
And I thought it was off his foot as it rolls up the first base line. Foul.
And foul ball.
Coming into today, the Phillies.
Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate it, Dante. Greatly appreciate it, because it's just like, who else wants to do a game on Easter Sunday? Hey, I'm kind of like Dante a little bit, when it comes to these live play-by-plays, but I think Dante is probably one of the best that I've seen when it comes to the hard working with these play-by-plays too. I can hold that hands down to him. We got the 1-1 pitch. Misses way outside for ball 2 to Kyle Schwarber. Cheers, Steve. Cheers, my guy.
This guy stayed on the fastball, but as you know, a lot of different pitches are going to be made to them. And, they read the numbers.
So Schwarber's ahead of the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. And that misses for ball 3. So he's still ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. So it seems like this is what I think finally shows that Kyle Schwarber's now finally learned how to work counts. I'm just saying, like, you're the hardest working guy that I appreciate it. Happy Easter, Steve. And the 3-1 pitch. And I don't know why Schwarber was taking that because so now the count's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Kyle Schwarber from Elisar Hernandez. So far through, has thrown 50 pitches so far, and basically I think 3 in the 3rd innings of work. And Schwarber strikes out. Unbelievable. Yeah, definitely, man. I think it kind of says things about the network. Like, this channel will not be at a little bit over 400 subs the way that it has been going.
We talked about earlier. He does not throw super hard, but he's got the type of spin rate on his fastball.
So now we got 1 away here at the top of the 4th with a strikeout to Kyle Schwarber.
2 strikes.
And Gene takes the first pitch out on the outside corner for a called strike. And the 1 pitch to Segura. And Segura to shallow center, and Sanchez makes out number 2. It just seems like they're not getting that, just not get that level off swing. Because they're always just thinking about just like get underneath and drive, get the launch angle, because it's like, and I said this too, which I'll talk about a little bit more during the commercial break. About why I don't like the launch angle era of hitting. I just never been a big fan of it. Then we got Didi up with 2 men away, and the first pitch to Didi, and takes a called strike on the inside. I don't understand it. How people are just I don't like how people are just taking the first pitch and foul back for. So we got Didi now down in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes.
Perhaps they're just overswinging a little bit when
And that's another, I think Ruben also pointed that too. They have a tendency to overswing. It's to try to stop doing too much. And that's all you got. It's just, it's like simple baseball.
Check swing, roller out toward shortstop. Third baseman Wendell has it, and Didi beat it out.
And Didi beat on an infield single. What I looked like it could have been out number 3.
To look at it, but it was late.
It was one of the reasons why he didn't make it is because on that check swing, Didi has a pretty big swing, and sometimes he can't get out of the box. Because of the check swing, he was able to get out of the box fairly quickly.
That's really close. Yeah, they may have.
Gotten it.
Yeah, I want Porters. They're going to ask him to look at it. So this is the way the rule works: is that
now they're going to challenge the play, the safe call at
they have
first.
10 seconds to decide, 10 seconds to look at it. Aguilar is saying it's too bad, Didi. Didi's already walking off the field, putting his batting gloves in his helmet. Mark Wagner just said to everybody here, the PA wasn't working in the stadium, that they are reviewing the play at first, which is pretty simplistic. Mark Wagner, the crew chief, Alan Porter is the one who made the call. So Marco, the guy to the right, number 14, he will let everybody know what the decision is. We mentioned Didi was taking his helmet off, taking his batting gloves off. Here we go.
Wow, the call stands. It looked like they actually, for me, because it looked like they got him by at least about a half a step.
The call stands. The runner is safe at first.
So that's another base, I guess, another base hit for
Yeah, I thought it was. We'll take it.
for Philadelphia. You now got Johan Camargo coming up.
The Phillies have a base runner. Let's see if they can capitalize.
When that's
Nice hustle by Didi, get down the line.
so you got to capitalize on it. That's all they got to do.
Walked his first time up.
But Camargo walked his first time up in the second in the top of the second. And that misses upstairs for ball 1 to Johan Camargo. Oh, damn. And the 1-0 pitch. And Camargo fouls it back for strike 1. Wait, still how does he shot at still the 4 people still sticking with me.
Yeah, they bad pitches, yeah, just haven't been able to get on them.
Didi leads off first.
And Camargo
Anderson sprints in over toward the line. He's got to
and Anderson makes the catch for out number 3. Just embarrassing by this Phillies team. They can't capitalize on with get runners on, which is one of the biggest problems with this goddamn Phillies team. And that comes to be just unfucking believable. It really is. How this team doesn't want to just oversimplifying things to the point where like they're overswinging or the pitching staff like not making the right pitches. It is what it is with this goddamn Phillies team. And it's just like how this team, and it's just not just the Phillies team, like you could say that, and some of the other teams in like one of probably the better teams in baseball. If you take the Dodgers, for example, I mean as good as they are. Yo, what's good? Appreciate new people coming in. Hey, I do greatly appreciate it. So obviously we are still in the morning commercial break. Yes, sir. Unfortunately. Trust me, for those who kind of, let's see. I think later, because like I said, tomorrow you'll see me do the Sixers and Raptors game, which that's going to be fun. for Game 2 of the NBA playoffs, which I'll be honest, I've never done the Sixers game in a while. But obviously because I've been more focused here with the Phillies though, and sometimes college baseball as well. But for those who are new coming in, I greatly appreciate new people coming in, especially on an Easter Sunday, or for those who celebrate Passover. Happy Easter and happy Passover to those on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Interesting. All right, fix the on-screen scoreboard.
Working quiet, fourth inning. He's not had a 1-2-3.
Right. Let me just kind of fix build my group.
That got the bat of Soler. It sounded like they're going to award him first, and the Phillies will look at it.
So the first pitch from Wheeler looked like it hit him, but I think it looks like the Phillies are going to be challenging it. Definitely, Dante. Appreciate it.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that Wheels is really not in sync, and I'm a little concerned that he's moving his shoulder around a little bit.
I think they hit the bat.
Yeah, they're going to check it.
Again, he's at the bottom of that handle, like Ruben mentioned before.
This doesn't look very conclusive.
Yeah, the bat was shaky.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean it didn't hit his hand prior to hitting the bat or at the same time.
Yeah, definitely, man. Happy Easter to those who are coming in. Greatly appreciate it. Huge shout out to the 5 people tuning in. Greatly appreciate that. But yeah, for those who are like Phillies fans, I have a lot more Phillies games I'm going to be doing this year. Tuesday, which is the 19th, I'm going to be doing when they take on the Rockies. Yeah, so I'll be doing that as well. You guys do not want to miss out on that. For those who are new, definitely smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. You guys are new, because you don't want guys want to miss out on any like other Phillies content, Sixers content, or Eagles content. I'm going to give to you guys. Anything Philly sports, I can give to you guys here on this channel as well.
Doc actually said, "Go to first." He pointed to it. He said, "Go to first base."
At the very least, he should have been
Here we go.
working on the academy.
The call on the field stands. The batter was hit by the pitch. Philadelphia will lose their challenge.
Well, I think that's kind of what we said before. That it was difficult.
So the call stands on that review. So got a runner on first with a hit by a pitch. So it's most likely, I think Wheeler might be done a little bit after 5, because it's just I don't see Wheeler going further in this game.
And now Sanchez is coming up.
Now I got Jesus Sanchez, and he's 1 for 2. I think he's 1 for 2.
Sanchez struck out, and he singled home a run. Singled home a run his last time.
And we got Wheeler delivers the first pitch, swings and misses for strike 1. And it really tied up Sanchez on the inside with that slider.
The few that he's thrown that kind of bite.
I appreciate it, man. Greatly appreciate it, because we're still like the next milestone is trying to get to 425, at least make it easier to get to halfway to 500. So I want to try at least earn that community tab first before everything else. And the 0-1 pitch. And that's in there for a base hit from Jesus Sanchez. Make that 2 for 3. And Soler goes to third with runners at first and third, with nobody out here in the top of the 4th.
I think Joe's going to think about getting somebody up.
Yeah, there's no question.
I'm not gonna lie, I think Joe should have been. And that's another thing too. That's going to be probably like a whole separate stream in itself as it is. I'll talk about them more. Let me give me 1 second here. So do you do? Let me ask you this: do you do YouTube content as well? Because I'll be very interested. Okay, this is a baseball pool. Okay, so we got Jesus Aguilar, and he's 0 for 2 with the flyout and the strikeout.
In case the ball is hit fairly hard, they can still make a play at home plate on Soler. Kind of odd that they would be playing in the field.
All right, give me 1 second here.
At least these guys guys half the
Oh,
way in the middle
one.
infield
Okay.
to maybe cut off that run instead of trying to go for the double play.
Yeah, so got you covered on that subscriber there, buddy. So make that 9.
Well, Aguilar doing a little stroll around the batter's box.
Yeah, he took another
So
one.
we get the count's now 1 ball, 1 strike here on Jesus Aguilar with runners on the corners with nobody out. And the 1-1 pitch. Misses downstairs from ball 2 to Jesus Aguilar.
They would bring the infield in. I just don't know if they can give up any more runs. I mean, we're already down 5. The ball scorched into the middle of the infield, and they can make a play. You got to be able to throw the guy out.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it because we're trying to get on the road. Get on the road here. Because the next ultimate milestone right now is 500. Even though we're a little bit a long way from that. So, and we got the 2-1 pick count and the 2-1 pitch. Mr. Aguilar fouls it off for strike 2. So the count's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Here has 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's early. It's early for the people, scoreboard operator too.
So we got the count. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jesus Aguilar. Runners on the corners, and Wheeler throws over to keep Sanchez close first. Because the way if I want to draw up a double play, but it hits like the third, make sure you look the runner back at third, and then try to turn 2 from there. That's kind of how I would draw up my ideal double play. Maybe that's just how I kind of see things a little bit. But we got the 2-2 pitch, and Wheeler kicks and deals. And Aguilar stays alive in the count with 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now, he's got to go on contact, right? With first and third and nobody out.
He's got to go.
Because he's trying to keep them out of a double play.
Yeah, and he has to go immediately on the ball on the ground, and they get a double play, or they get him in a rundown, and he goes in the rundown. They still have runners in scoring position.
And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Wheeler kicks and deals.
Outside.
Misses downstairs for ball 3.
Well, Christopher Sanchez has started to throw the bullpen.
So now Christopher Sanchez is going to be one of the bullpen arms now getting up. Which, let's be real, Joe should have had the bullpen action already started, probably in the previous inning, after Wheeler was giving up those runs. And the 3-2 pitch. And Aguilar walks. We got bases loaded, nobody out. Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate you tuning in. I greatly appreciate that.
Joe's coming out. He's got a new transmitter in his hand. Not what he expected or wanted to do here in the 4th inning to lift Zach Wheeler down 5-0, and now you're even beyond damage control because it's a 5-run lead for the Marlins. So
hey, appreciate it, man. I hope you do the same as well. Greatly appreciate it. And we got a pitching change.
A lot of credit. They jumped on a lot of the mistakes he made.
We got a pitching change. We'll be back after this.
Greatly appreciate it for those who are new tuning in.
What can I do with less asthma? It's to pick.
But yeah. All right. All right. Okay. I appreciate the 4 people still sticking with me on this beautiful Easter Sunday or Passover. Greatly appreciate. But yeah. Now we got Christopher Sanchez now come into the ball game in relief of Zach Wheeler, who was was another off game from him.
Tuesday, April 26th at 6:45. That's when the Rockies are in town. And Tuesday, May 3rd, when the Rangers are in town. Purchase your tickets today by going to Phillies.com. Well, the Phillies trail at 5-0, and Christopher Sanchez is in the ball game for Zach Wheeler with the bases loaded. And nobody out. And Joey Wendell, the batter. It'll be Wendell, then Brian Anderson, and Jazz Chisholm. So a couple of left-handers.
So far, the second game of the year for Christopher Sanchez, a 3.38 ERA in 2 2/3 innings pitched, with a strikeout to walk ratio of 2 to 3.
Do a little damage control at this stage of the game.
All right, so the corners are in, even with bags. Now Camargo comes in a little farther.
They still have the middle infield back, which is again surprising that they're not trying to cut off this run.
Wendell
And the first pitch, Wendell fouls it back for strike 1.
They've been watching this series at all. I mean, Wendell, I think, has swung at almost every first pitch he's seen this entire series.
So the line on Zach Wheeler.
It's not a good day, not a good day for Wheeler today. So we got no balls and 1 strike over Joey Wendell.
For the 3 runners on base.
And the pitch from Sanchez.
Back toward the middle and into center.
And that's another base hit. That's another run score for. And 2-run score from Joey Wendell. Unfucking believable with this team. So now we got runners for first and second with nobody out here at the bottom of the 4th.
Wendell's a very aggressive hitter. He gets a couple of pitches, fouls off the first one, but then the next one he just punches right up the middle.
And also, I'll say this too. I think at some point in time, I think Joe's time here as a manager might be done. I just don't think he's not.
Sanchez really his bread and butter is getting the ball down and having good life.
I don't know.
That fastball's right down the middle of the plate, and Wendell took advantage of it.
Well, Brian Anderson is no slouch today. He's scored 2 runs. He's walked a couple of times.
And the pitch misses way outside for ball 1. Brian Anderson.
You know, the way things flow, you expect some things from one game to the next. I didn't expect 7 runs on 9 hits in the first 4 innings.
And Sanchez misses outside for ball 2.
Continue to build on what he did against the Mets, and just was not able to stay out of the middle of the plate, and the Marlins took advantage of it.
And the 2-0 pitch. And Anderson swings and misses for strike 1. And Sanchez kicks and deals the 2-1 pitch.
That's in there.
And that's in there for a cold strike.
2 2/3 coming in. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He allowed 1 run against the Mets on the 12th.
Yeah, there's always been some concern about his ability to throw enough strikes, because his stuff has always been there. He's always had a very good arm, and he's got a whole lot of life to his fastball, but it's really.
And the 2-2 pitch. And strike 3 called. So that's the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Pretty much I'm just thinking, I just feel like for me, I just feel like Girardi might be done. I think Girardi should be done in Philadelphia. Yeah, unfortunately, because it's just I just don't feel like Girardi's not kind of making the smart decisions. It's like, and we had like the last thing we had the corner stand and we had the middle infield pinch back, and that kind of hurt us. It's bad though, man. Now we got Josh Chisholm up with one gone with one out here in the bottom of the fourth. And the first pitch from Sanchez and pops it up foul way back in the stands for strike one. Unbelievable. Got no balls, one strike here on Josh Chisholm, and the pitch from Sanchez.
Check swing.
And check.
Go. He did not.
Yeah, Josh Chisholm held his swing when it pitched down in the dirt.
Defense has been on its feet a lot today, and need one of those ground balls. That's what the doctors. Oh,
Yeah, pretty much at this point.
Big time.
And the swings and misses for strike two.
Slider, and it's 1-2.
And the 1-2 pitch misses downstairs for ball two.
Fastball that runs outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now the count's now 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Josh Chisholm Jr.
Miguel Rojas has 2 hits today, 2 RBIs, a run scored. Chisholm moves up to the plate now, has an RBI and a run scored. And the 2-2 pitch.
And Chisholm hits it on the ground. That's a rollover, and that is out number 2. But the runners move up to second and third on that play.
Got contributions up and down the lineup with the Marlins. Everybody's kind of done their part so far today, and see if Sanchez can make another couple of pitches to get this.
Now we got Brian De La Cruz up, and he's 1 for 2. Or I'm sorry, 2 for 2, I should say. 2 singles with an RBI and a run scored.
Had 57 hits last year after the All-Star break.
And the first pitch misses outside for ball 1 to Brian De La Cruz.
In the first half, when he was playing in AAA, he had a really, really good year going. He had something like 50 RBIs and like 200 plus at bats.
And the 1-0 pitch from Sanchez misses downstairs in the dirt for ball 2.
Finished with a 356 on base percentage and a 427 slug for the Marlins in the big leagues.
I think everybody thought that he would be part of the plans, except for then they went out and acquired Garcia and Soler during free agency. 2 balls, no strikes.
And swing and miss, strike 1 from Brian De La Cruz on that slider in the dirt.
Confidence they had Sanchez to be able to play center field. He may be that center fielder right now, but Sanchez, they feel is one of their cornerstones of their rebuild.
And Sanchez hits and deals the 2-1 pitch. Misses way outside for ball 3.
De La Cruz last year in AAA before the trade had 12 home runs, 29 extra base hits, 50 runs batted in. 297 when he came over, 5 homers, 19 runs batted in, went to winter ball.
And the 3-1 pitch misses downstairs for ball 4, and that's another walk. So now we've got Miguel Rojas now coming up. So that's going to probably going to speak some more trouble.
A triple and a single in this game, and 2 runs batted in.
That's enough, Tom. I've had enough this inning.
At this point, it feels like the Marlins are pretty much playing MLB The Show with all sliders up on rookie mode, basically. That's just basically how this game is being kind of played out right now. And first pitch misses for ball one from Christopher Sanchez. So 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. And Rojas fouls it back for strike one.
Well, this kind of offensive output is what the Marlins brass was hoping they would get when they signed Jorge Soler and Abisail Garcia. Obviously, Garcia not in the lineup, but runs were very, very hard to come by. And you add some of those guys, and a guy like De La Cruz and Sanchez starts to mature, and Jazz Chisholm starts to mature as well, then you start piecing together decent offense.
And the 1-1 pitch. As Rojas swings and misses for strike two.
The bottom of the order setup has paid off with Rojas and Chisholm. Zach Wheeler, 5th time in his MLB career that he's allowed 7 earned runs or more. It's the most as a Philly. We pointed out before, it's the most he's ever had against the Marlins, too.
Yeah, it's not his day.
And the 1-2 fouled off the.
And Rojas fouls it off to keep this. Just chops it foul. It just seems like in the other teams that the Phillies played, they seem to like. Sometimes they struggle, but they at fun times. Sometimes they actually can keep up with some of these other teams. Like with the Marlins, for some reason, they've just kind of been a thorn in our side for the last 3 or 4 years, maybe.
And that's a lot of responsibility, but you did.
And he had.
That's always kind of the big issue. It's just like one of the. It's just that the Miami Marlins has always been that one team that's been a thorn in our side for years. And that's strike three called, and that's finally the end of the damn fourth.
For the second time in this game, the Marlins have sent 8 men to the plate. They scored 2. 7 runs for the Marlins attached to the line of Zach Wheeler.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man.
Is a comprehensive stroke center.
Like I said, it's like playing. It's like when you really just you're not good at something. It's just like, and I'll say this too, because even though I don't play this kind of competitive baseball, but I play. I'll say this from like personal experience. It's like for me, it's just like with these, like as a hitter, like see these players like just taking pitches right down the fucking middle for a call strike. It's like, come on, you got, if you're like, say you're down like 3, you need to start getting the tray rolling, and that starts try to jump on the first pitch as best as you possibly can. I'm just saying, but this team is just not doing that.
Well, You know, the Celtics aren't in town. The Hawks are in town
Yeah.
to play the Heat.
And the first pitch
They're just getting ready.
is in there for a cold strike. Dude, it looks like it's Simon Muzziotti.
Would be the next team up for them, right?
That's a good question. I don't know.
And Hernandez deals the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside for ball 1.
1-1.
Oh, hang on.
Muzziotti, number 9 hitter, and then JT, and then the top, then Bryce Harper.
And Simone Muzziotti fouls it back. Now the countdown's down 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's already said that the winner of the Hawks and the Heat play the winner of the Raptors and the Sixers.
Got it.
Heat Hawks going on right now.
And the 1-2 pitch to Muzziotti misses upstairs for ball 2.
On the elevator with one of the Hawks.
Which one?
Front office guys. And told him good luck. He said, we're going to need it. Didn't sound too good.
He didn't sound overly confident.
Very confident.
And the 2-2 pitch.
Check swing. Ooh, strike 3 call.
And strike 3 call, which that has not, that innocent part of that lower
So one out here, the
third inside half of the plate has not been called a strike all day, and then they sort of finally calling that a strike now. So that's just
And he thrown that very well in his first outing, but he's keeping the Phillies off balance, and this is a little slider cutter and catches the inside part of the plate.
I mean,
JT 0 for his last 7 with 5 strikeouts.
that's the problem.
Grounded back to the mound his first time up, went down swinging his second time up.
And the first pitch from JT misses upstairs for ball 1. It's just like I've seen, and I'll say this from my personal experience when I play over varsity, I've seen like what Eliasar Hernandez has thrown, like 92 to 91 to 92, and it's a little bit difficult to catch up to, but I've learned to like kind of work at it. It's just something that some of these professional hitters need to realize. Like 91 and 92 may not have seemed like it seems easy for them. And JT, that's a line out to right. That is two outs here in the top half of the 5th.
So he pitched a perfect game. He's 20 years old. He pitched a perfect game.
That's just unfortunate.
6 days ago, right? And then
Because he pitched like once a week there.
correct. And then yesterday, he throws 8 perfect innings, and then he got lifted for the 9th.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like Clayton Kershaw-esque.
But he's 20 years old, and he has 17 consecutive perfect innings.
I would assume that's a record. It's got to be.
I mean, on many levels. There's a high fly.
And that's to deep right. Harper, and that is out of here.
It's gone.
Harper finally gets the Phillies on the fucking board.
The Phillies are finally on the board. It's his second homer of the year.
So Phillies are still down by 6. 393, a little bit over 100 miles an hour off the bat. Exit velo off the bat.
Towering home run by Bryce.
Yeah, then Bryce picks on a little breaking ball that stays up in the zone. It's the first time, or maybe the second time, that they've actually hit a ball hard that stayed in the middle of the plate. That was a little cutter, and it stayed right in the middle of the plate. He didn't miss this one. It's a towering home run to right field.
Oh, fucking believable, man.
Hopefully, he can continue to take that into Colorado.
Yes, sir.
Now we got Castellanos out with 2 men gone in the first pitch, and he swings and misses for strike 1.
All right, so through 4 starts, Sasaki has a 1.16 ERA and 56 strikeouts.
They were kind of talking about that young Japanese phenom who almost had back-to-back perfect games. Are you serious? And Castellanos swings and misses for strike 2.
52.
Yeah. The first game he did, he had 19 strikeouts.
Oil Hershiser have a real long streak there for a while of consecutive innings without.
Yeah, he has the record.
And the 0-2 pitch to Castellanos is way outside for ball one.
I don't know. You
God damn it. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Then we got Hoskins up on deck, and he's over 2 with a strikeout.
you wonder how many people will watch his next outing.
And the 1-2 pitch misses upstairs for ball 2 to Nick Castellanos.
100 miles an hour. Perfect game he had the other day. I know it was the first one they've had in the Japanese League since 1994. What an entrance he had, too. I mean, it's just
And the 2-2 pitch. And that's, and Wendell couldn't make up the catch, and that's going to be a base hit for Nick Castellanos. That was just a rocket from Nick Castellanos off of Nick Castellanos' bat. And look, for Wendell, that shit's not an easy thing. Like, I can speak from experience, that's, it's not supposed to be the most disappointing thing you could probably do as a fielder. You have it in your glove, and then it hits, it's like kind of like too hard, it just pops out of your glove. So, I mean, I think
Miguel Rojas jumping along with Wendell, trying to get his ups going.
So Castellanos has hit in 7 straight games. And first pitch to Hoskins is in there for a cold strike.
Never know. Keep pecking away. It's still early. Plenty of time to score some runs.
And the pitch, this is inside for ball 1 to Rhys Hoskins.
And it's not the most dominant bullpen.
Because
They could get a couple of more base runners and push a couple more across and try to get into that pen. And you never know what can happen.
and swing and a miss, strike 2 from Rhys Hoskins, which was late on that 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Eliasar Hernandez. Who and pretty much sure the Phillies are just running up his pitch count. Because we all know that, even though our
18 career home runs against the Marlins.
is that the Marlins bullpen has never been their strength, and neither was ours the last couple of years. But I think we know how to take advantage of their bullpen a little bit. And the pitch, and Hoskins strikes out. Like on a strikes out on a bad pitch on the way outside the zone. So at least thank you to Harvard finally to get us on the fucking board. Now we got 1 run on total of 5 hits so far this game. That's kind of that's very disappointing. And I'll say this too. I think out of the 2 signings, I think no one's ever asked me this, but I will kind of answer this since I kind of brought this up too. It's like, who do I like more since, bringing out of the 2 signings that we made, especially when it comes to the Schwarber and Castellanos? For me, I was more like Castellanos because he's one of our hottest hitters. Even though despite a slow start to the season a little bit, because obviously with that base hit, he still has his 7-game hitting streak. So pretty much is that I would have had Castellanos. Yeah, he may not be great defensively, but just use him as a DH and all that stuff. He's been one of our hottest hitters to really kind of keep this team going in the lineup. Plain and simple. I thought Familia looked good. Christopher Sanchez, not the biggest fan of him. I think just kind of give him another chance give him another. For me, I said just send him back down. Just trying to work on a few things because it's his accuracy is just not there. And Wheeler, I don't know what I'm pretty sure it could be just shoulder fatigue or whatever the case may be because of it. It's like this team we just can't get good traction. And after that opening, that good start, 2-1 start from the Oakland A's, and then we just start to sputter. And then this past couple of series, one against this series against the Marlins and against the Mets. It is just it's ridiculous. It's disappointing.
Flexible season ticket exchange and donation program. Same seat location for every game. Visit Phillies.com/season to learn more.
Now to the bottom of the fifth we go. The Phillies still down 6.
Well, we move on to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's a 7-1 Marlins lead. And Peyton Henry is going to lead things.
Now we got Peyton Henry now leading it off for
He
Miami.
is grounded back to the mound. He's flied out to right. Working against Christopher Sanchez.
And the first pitch from Sanchez misses way inside for ball 1.
No strikes. Sanchez signed with the Tampa Bay Rays back in 2014.
And the 1-0 pitch.
That's a 16
And Peyton fouls it back for strike 1.
$65,000 to sign. It slowly made his way through.
Okay, keep it 1. Sorry about that.
He's always had a tremendous.
So the count's now 1 ball, 1 strike to Peyton Henry.
Upper 90s with that fastball,
And the 1-1 pitch. And Henry lines it on the ground to Hoskins, and Sanchez is there on the cover.
Slipped a little bit, but the out is recorded. 1 out.
So 1 away here to the bottom of the 5th. Now we get to the top of the lineup we go to the Miami Marlins.
Because Tampa had to make a 40-man roster. So instead of him being picked in the Rule 5 draft, they traded him. They traded him to the Phillies for Curtis Mead.
Actually, Mead had a pretty good year last year.
Mead was a good player for them. Yep. Australian kid.
Tripped up into one of the pretty high-level prospects.
And the first pitch to Soler kicks and deals for Sanchez is in there for a cold strike at 95. The thing with Sanchez is like he's got the stuff. It's just at times that he's got to learn how to locate. And here comes the 0-1 pitch, kicks and deals, and Soler to shallow center field. And Muziati cannot make a come up with the catch.
And Soler will be locked down at first. There'll be an E8, or should be an E8.
Yeah, you're right about how deep it was.
And it should be, yeah, so that's going to be scored as an error on, so it looks like most likely to be Simon Muziati. Simone Muziati.
He should have been at second base, but very late did Castellanos peel off, and at that point I probably got a little distracted and just popped out of Muziati's glove. The ball obviously it needs to be caught.
Yeah, I think both of them could have had a beat on it, and Muziati said to Castellanos, I didn't hear you, even though Castellanos was calling for it. Muziati said it was his bad. He was really deep for Soler. So now runner at first, 1 out.
So we got Jesus Sanchez now up to face Christopher Sanchez. And the first pitch is in there for a called ball.
Curtis Mead this year is hitting .308 in 7 games in Double-A. Last year, he played in Single-A and Triple-A, hit .321 with 15 home runs. Those numbers, though, were far and away.
And the 1-0 pitch misses downstairs for ball 2.
Phillies in a limited amount of time. I mean, he never hit more than, in a couple of years, he only had 4 home runs, but in limited time. 2 balls, no strikes.
And Sanchez chops it foul for strike 1.
One of the things that separated the Tampa Bay Rays from every other organization is their ability to develop, and they've developed a lot of young players that just keep churning through them. And it's not just pitching. They have a lot of depth in their pitching, but they've done a really good job on position players as well.
And he counts on 2 balls with 1 strike, and the pitch is in there for a cold strike.
Good pitch. Got it down in the zone.
All right, and the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a double play.
The tag fires to first, and it goes right on by Hoskins.
Nope. And Segura.
I think Gene got his hand somewhat caught on the jersey of Soler. I don't know if they would have gotten Sanchez anyway.
So that's 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
Assisted on the fielder's choice.
That's actually what you want to do as a base runner. If you're caught in between, as Soler was there, you want to try to make yourself as big as you possibly can to sort of block off the fielder from being able to make a clean throw. And that's really kind of what Soler did right there. He just kind of raised his hands, but if he gets big there, then he can't. Obviously, Gene has a tough time throwing around him. And you're right. It's exactly what happened. He tried to flip it at a very weird angle, and it just kind of hooked him.
So it looks like Segura overthrew Hoskins, but still got the second out. So now we got Jesus Aguilar up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. And the pitch is in there for a cold strike to Jesus Aguilar.
Because you cannot assume that would have been a double play, it is not ruled an error.
Just a fielder's choice.
And the 0-1 pitch. And Aguilar chops it on the ground. And that's a good play from Didi to end the bottom of the fifth. And that's the shockingly, actually, the Phillies come out of that inning unscathed, which is a very rarity for this team. People kind of shit on the defense a little bit. Yeah, nobody cares about that. Yeah, ain't that the truth? I appreciate new people coming in through Twitch, though. I do appreciate it, though. Okay, I don't know why. Well, that's right. So I got my file folder up because I had to upload. Well, that also because this is technically use this as a pre-made thumbnail. Just added a few touches to it. Same thing with the Sixers and the Raptors as well. And I got the Eagle. I'm going to be debuting my Eagle show at 5:00 today. That's going to be fun. So you guys don't want to miss out on some good stuff. When it comes to like different other like live streams, I'm going to be trying to be doing. I'll try at least try to throw some videos, a couple of videos here and there. But yeah. My head itches. Damn. No, right. Do appreciate it though. All right. Let me get two. To the top of the sixth we go. Oh, God. All right.
Ross Philly of the week did
All
not have
right.
an outing that was normal for him. 3+8 hits, 7 earned runs today.
We got Kyle Schwarber up in the first pitch of Schwarber and fouls it back for strike one.
Third base dugout and back into the seats.
And one of the concerns that I had was that he kind of lost a little bit of his velocity and his life on his stuff. Now this is really early in the season for him after a very different.
And the 0-1 pitch and swings and misses for strike two on Kyle Schwarber, who, let's be real, I think I would just looks lost up there.
Schwarber singled up the third base line his first time up.
So Schwarber down at the count, no balls, 2 strikes, and takes that slider down and in for ball 1.
That's a pretty good take for Kyle Schwarber because he's been swinging over that slider down and in quite a bit, and for whatever reason he's not recognizing that pitch right now.
Kevin Long, Phillies new hitting coach.
And the 1-2 pitch.
One's going to go foul.
And Schwarber stays alive with the count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Watch out. Oh, nice grab.
That's it.
Yeah, he did.
It's a heck of a play.
Off the girder.
It's laser focus there.
That was really a high foul ball.
Here was some pitching. And the 1-2 pitch. And that. And just Schwarber just lets that go by in the dirt for ball 2. So now we got Gene Segura on deck as well. Because this has got to be hopefully should be the one of the, this inning should be at least try to give you a kickstarter. But obviously, Schwarber calls time to at least try to get himself reset. With the count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. With Eliasar Hernandez with almost 82 total.
Shot the other way on the ground.
Wendell has it and makes the play for out number 1.
High in innings pitched in a game for Eliasar Hernandez. Let's see if Don Mattingly will let him try to eclipse that.
You got to give him some credit, but he did leave a lot of pitches in the middle of the plate that Phillies have not taken advantage of so far this afternoon. And when you get pitches to hit in the major leagues and you're not hitting them consistently, you just put yourself in a tough spot to be able to score runs.
Segura today is 0 for 2. He's pumped out. He's flied out.
And Gene holds up on that pitch. Now the count's not even. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
And he's over 2. And the 1-1 pitch from Hernandez kicks and deals to Segura. Swings and misses for strike 2.
Up front. With an 80-mile-an-hour slider.
Yeah, seemed to take a little bit more off of that one. And he also may be tiring as well. Kind of uncharted waters for him.
Yeah. And the 1-2 coming to Segura.
And the 1-2 pitch kicks and deals, and Segura pops it up, and Aguilar makes the play for out number 2.
So a career high 5 2/3 for Eliasar. And that will bring Gregorius up with 1 for 2. Reached on an infield hit his first time up. Mark your calendars and plan to spend your weekends at Citizens Bank Park. There's a great lineup of matchups you won't want to miss, including the Phillies, the Mets, Dodgers, and the Angels. Visit Phillies.com for a full view of the weekend games. Where tickets are available by going to Phillies.com.
And we got Didi and takes the first pitch down at the knees for strike 1.
Gregorius takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Not gonna lie, should have took a hack at that. I'm sorry. He's got to stop letting pitches go by. When you start getting some of the kickstart these innings, and foul back to the screen. No balls, 2 strikes on Didi.
Didi's 997th game as a major league shortstop. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Hernandez set to go. Bullpen is quieted down for the Marlins.
And Didi leaves that pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
In the league as a young whippersnapper, I think it was in Cincinnati and Arizona, right? I think his first team, the Cincinnati Reds, I believe, that was traded to Arizona, or vice versa.
So that's a good one. I think it was Arizona first, but I could be wrong.
Real athletic young man.
And the 1-2 pitch. And Didi chops it on the ground and rolls it over to the first baseman. And that is it for the Phillies top half of the 6th. Just poor plate discipline by the Phillies today. So most likely that's going to be pretty much going to be done for Eliasar Hernandez. So going into the Phillies need to kind of figure out to shut the Marlins down in the top half of the inning. Well, yeah, I do appreciate for those who are kind of tuning in, if you're coming from YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. I greatly appreciate that. I really do. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a wonderful Easter or a wonderful Passover. Like I said, guys don't want to miss out because tomorrow night is the Sixers and Raptors game 2 at the Wells Fargo Center. So I'll be live and be calling that game as well. Probably with many other Sixers content creators who will be going to be doing that as well. That's going to be fun. And then later today at 5 o'clock, if anybody who loves all Eagles football, me and my good buddy, who's also my co-host of the Sports Talk podcast as well, we're going to be talking some all Eagles football on the channel as well. Kind of give our things a little bit of thoughts on that as well. But that's going to be fun. So don't want to miss out on the content.
Here in South Florida, the Phillies will head out to Denver after this.
And then we're going to go, and then the next series the Phillies are going to be doing is the Colorado Rockies. So then Tuesday as well, I will be live again doing the Phillies and the Rockies. So you guys don't want to miss that on that as well.
Especially after the way they swung the bats yesterday, early in the game and even late. But they just haven't been able to put together the kind of at bats that have been necessary to get things going here.
And the first pitch to win, Joey Wendell is misses upstairs for ball 1.
Their home season. Hernandez is probably done just by the conversation and the body language, talking to Mel Stottlemyre. And Wendell's hit by that pitch.
And Cristobal Sanchez hits Joey Wendell. God damn.
They've gotten him right in the elbow, and he could feel it right in his hand.
Yeah, it looked like the funny bone. Not so funny bone for him. Ran this fastball in on his hands and off the elbow.
Just unbelievable. Not going to lie, guys.
Yes, he will. He really is a solid player. I mean, it's a good pickup by the Marlins. All right, so here's Brian Anderson, who has scored 2 runs today. He's walked a couple times. He struck out. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss.
And that pitch swung and a miss for strike 1.
Real good life on that sinker. That's what he's looking for. Get the ball on the ground, try to roll it.
And that misses inside for ball 1.
Two-seam fastball has been part of his success level going through the Rays system. 6'5". Fly ball right field. That's pretty well hit toward foul territory. Castellanos on the run. He just can't get there in time.
That's a foul ball. The count's now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brian Anderson, who is 0 for 1.
He had him shaded over there, but kind of ran out of room and out of time to be able to get there. Pretty good jump on it. Ball kind of faded away from him.
Reaches out, pokes it out toward right center field. Muzziotti can't get it. Makes a nice play on one hop.
And Muzziotti
puts the brakes on around second. That was a gutsy play by Simone Muzziotti. Because if it got past him, Castellanos was there to back it up, but if they have rolled a bit, first and second with nobody out.
Yeah, a real athletic play. I know he was trying to make the play. He's playing very deep in the outfield, which makes it tougher to make plays on the balls that are hit off the end of the bat like this.
We got 2 men on.
We'll be able to keep that in front. Keep Wendell from being on third base with less than 2 outs and keep that double play in order as well.
We got 2 men on, nobody out. And you got Jazz Chisholm up at the plate.
Now it's Chisholm tough to double up because of his speed from left side.
And the first pitch is in there for a called strike to Jazz Chisholm.
There's a two-seamer that we talked about.
And he is 1 for 3 today with an RBI triple. And the 0-1 pitch misses downstairs for ball 2.
It's been a real balanced attack by the Marlins. I mean, almost everybody has contributed. Everyone but maybe 1 or 2 of the hitters have not actually gotten hits, but they've all contributed in some way, shape, or form with a base hit or a walk of some sort.
And time has been called.
The only player that hasn't really done anything is the number 9 hitter, Peyton Henry. But you give him credit for calling the game for Hernandez.
Right.
And Sanchez delivers the 1-1 pitch. He misses downstairs for ball 2. So Chisholm up ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. And Chisholm with an orthodox foul ball for strike 2.
There you go. Ted Key, the Phillies interpreter, had to do a little dancing to get out of the way of that ball. Did he get it? Nope, we got the net right there, according to Diego. We just asked him. Paco Figueroa, he just flinched a little bit.
And that is a base hit for Jazz Chisholm. Looks like, and Wendell scores, and that's another run for the Miami Marlins.
It's 8-1 Marlins.
So Phillies down by 7 now.
Castellanos did a good job of getting to this ball. He spins and throws the ball right at Segura, and he does cut it off. I think he's probably right. Probably have a little bit better chance of.
I don't know. Maybe it was going to die.
You just never know with the turf and how it would have skipped off in the dirt here.
I think that should be it for Christopher Sanchez. I'm sorry.
Chisholm can really run. Started turning on the jets right here after he hit first base. He wasn't going all out right out of the chute.
The fact that they're still leaving Christopher Sanchez in here is ridiculous. And swing and a miss. Strike 1.
And Castellanos got to that quickly.
On Brian De La Cruz. And he's 2 for 2. And the 0-1 pitch is in there for a called strike. So no balls and 2 strikes to Brian De La Cruz.
8 runs, 11 hits for the Marlins.
And the 0-2 pitch misses way inside. So now the count's now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brian De La Cruz is 2 for 2. And I think at some point Joe's got to start getting more people up in the bullpen. And swing and a miss, strike 3.
And it goes in and out of the glove. He got him. I guess there wasn't a tip. So a strikeout for Sanchez.
So another strikeout for Christopher Sanchez. Let's be real. I think overstayed kind of a little bit too far on the field. Because I think for me, if I was kind of like the manager, the way I can see it is, and of course, putting on Miguel Rojas, intentionally walking Rojas. Okay, not the ideal call I would make, but
about his thick hair. But
God.
I want to wish him our best. Hope for speedy
Oh,
recovery.
wait.
See him in the
Sorry, I had to let my cat in the room.
such a great
And
man.
the foul ball from Peyton.
Because of the relationship between the Blue Jays
And he is 0 for 3 today.
in Clearwater all the time. The neighbor of Clearwater. He lives.
But I appreciate for those who are tuning in bits and pieces into the stream.
Just so sorry to hear that news. He's done a lot of things in the game.
Boy, he has. The ball's one strike.
And the 0-1 pitch. And Peyton fouls it off for strike 2.
Sanchez trying to get a ball on the ground here and get out of this inning with minimal damage.
George Girardi rightfully giving a free pass to Miguel Rojas in that situation to keep that, try to get that double play in order.
And the 0-2 pitch coming to Peyton. And that's another long foul ball for Peyton. I'm sorry, for Henry, I should say. Peyton Henry.
You just never know how they can string some base hits together. This offense has the ability to be pretty high powered in a very short period of time, as we've seen. Got to get out of this inning first.
Pitch. Up and away.
And that pitch misses way upstairs for ball 1. And which is funny to say that this Phillies team, like, their bullpen is held it together. But it's just like the offense in the starting rotation just took a step backwards. Because usually, most of the time or not, it was usually always the bullpen that took a step backwards. This year, I thought, this bullpen was kind of just held some things down. And Henry chops it foul. But yeah, that's just how this team.
Henry had his best offensive year in his professional career in Double-A. He had 14 home runs and 75 RBIs in 2019, playing in the Brewers organization a few years back. Mostly known for his catch and throw abilities.
And Henry chops it on the ground.
Sanchez has only a play at first.
And that is run number 9 for the Marlins.
He'll get credited with his first RBI. It is now 9-1.
And I think it is time for Christopher Sanchez to get out of the game. Now we got back to the top of the order with Jorge Soler. He's 1 for 3. With a single, a hit by a pitch, and also reached on an error. And that's Soler with that huge hack, swinging the miss on strike 1 on the slider.
Marlins asked for that baseball. It was Henry's first career RBI. He did play last year, but he was 4 for 15, but he didn't have any runs batted in.
And the 0-1 pitch, swinging and miss, strike 2 on Jorge Soler, who's known at times has been a free swinger throughout his entire career.
Excellent sliders, and that's the thing that you're kind of hoping for out of Sanchez to be able to do that more consistently.
And the pitch. And Soler pops it up behind second. And Castellanos makes the catch for out number 3.
And the inning comes to a close. The Marlins scored 2 more runs in the inning. On 2 hits, they lead 2.
All right, so the Phillies are down 8. Now it's time for the Phillies to start taking advantage of that weak Miami bullpen.
He won. Beat the political machine. State won. Reformed the office more than anyone in decades. Turned down the state mansion, saved taxpayers money. Now he's taking on Washington. Prices keep rising, jobs keep leaving, and they
Okay.
keep talking. The DC politicians don't get it.
Fetterman, he'll make them get it. This is John Fetterman, and I.
Yo, what up, man? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, right.
Time now for our Toyota Camry turning point of today's ball game. Well, it took place in the second inning, and it just got out of hand for Zach Wheeler.
Kind of ugly. It was a walk, a triple, a single, another triple, and it really took the wind out of the sails. You know, Zach Wheeler just did not have his stuff and his typical stuff, using the middle of the plate far too much, and you got to give credit to the Marlins.
Hey, appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it, my guy.
Put the ball in play pretty consistently, pretty consistently, and put the Phillies out of this game fairly early. With that 4-run second, backed it up with another run in the third.
Bring my computer down just a tiny bit. But yeah.
Toyota.
And we go right to the Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary.
Appreciate it. I really do.
Second inning, 4 runs on 4 hits. Zach Wheeler, 7 earned runs allowed. It's the most he's allowed as a Philly. Miguel Rojas is 2 for 3 with an intentional walk and 2 RBIs. Eleazar Hernandez, 6 innings today for the Marlins. That's a career high. And now Cole Sulser will take over. Johan Camargo leads it off.
So Camargo's now going to lead it off here. And that pitch is in there for a cold strike it to start the top half of the 7th.
Sulser now featured as the setup guy for Anthony.
Hey, appreciate it too.
Dylan Floro on the DL for the Marlins.
And the 0-1 pitch. And Camargo swings and misses for strike 2.
Excellent changeup that he has, especially against the left-handers. You'll probably see a lot of those.
It's already his 5th game. You see his numbers so far, 3 2/3.
What that chat is about? Maybe it's some outfield stuff. Maybe.
And the 0-2 pitch. And misses outside for ball 1 to Johan Camargo.
We'll say that Joe has really enjoyed having Castellanos on the club in the clubhouse. He likes, like any manager, you know how important this is. The manager has to deal with everything. As Camargo strikes out.
And Camargo strikes out, and that's one.
He has to deal with discipline, he has to deal with scheduling, and Joe has guys like.
So one away here at the top of the 7th.
Rob does a wonderful job as his bench coach, his close friends. But I think he likes the fact that Kyle Schwarber and Nick Castellanos add to a clubhouse leadership where he doesn't have to say everything every time.
Yeah, I'll tell you that the most effective policing that you can have are from within your clubhouse as far as the players are concerned. And when you have that going on, and I think that both Schwarber and Castellanos have that personality, and I think that was really important to Dave Dombrowski.
And the first pitch is in there for a call ball to Musiotti.
Creating a culture in that clubhouse where guys are basically policing themselves.
And the 1-0 pitch misses outside for ball 2 to Simone Musiotti. Sounds more like an Italian name than anything else.
When you have more and more guys like that in your clubhouse, I think that can only be a good thing.
And Musiotti takes that pitch for a called strike 1.
I think over the course of time, you look at the success the Phillies have had in 80, 93.
Hey, here's out of the 3 viewers tuning in. I greatly appreciate you guys tuning into probably the back end of it. And Musiotti fouls it all. Now the count's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Took care of things differently. Ryan took care of things differently. Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins took care of things differently. Shane took care of things differently.
And most of those guys did it by example, but when you start thinking about
Yeah, appreciate the new people coming in greatly. I'm definitely very grateful for that here on Easter Sunday or Passover, whichever you celebrate. Happy. And Musiotti, and that's a lineup to left for out number 2. Just on a good swing, just head right at somebody. You just hate and that's kind of unfortunate.
You kind of pass the baton.
Now we got JT now leaning on. Back to the top of the order we go with JT Real Muto.
He is grounded out, struck out, lined out in today's game.
And when Real Muto is already 0 for 3 with a ground out, strikeout, and a line out. And the first pitch to Real Muto, he swings, and that he lines a base hit to the right side. So now make that a 1 for 4 day for JT Real Muto. And just gotta try to take the ball the other way though.
Harper's coming up. Harper has accounted for the only run. He had a solo home run his last time up.
Now I got Bryce Harper now coming up.
So quiet in here, you would think it was the Marlins that were down 9-1 in the States for the game.
And the first pitch to Harper is in there for a call strike at the knees. Surprised no one's ever taken a swing and take a hack at that low pitch. Which is kind of crazy to look at it, but it is what it is though. So Harper down to the count, no balls, 1 strike. Man, appreciate the 3 people still tuning in though. Greatly appreciate that. Hey, what's good, man? What is good? Appreciate you can join me as well from Twitch as well. And that pitch is misses outside, and JT takes second base for his second stolen base of the year.
That's a difference, I'm sure.
I would think so. It's not been pretty here in Miami. Coming into today, 7-13, 230-16 batting average.
Hey, look, I appreciate it though. I really do.
Run differential, not pretty.
It's been a little bit of a black hole for the boys here. We have to turn that around somehow because this is start winning some of these NL East, matchups. Baseball's a strange game in that regard because there's some matchups.
Do appreciate it though.
Flip the other way.
And Harper takes a huge sack for strike 2. I greatly appreciate it though. Damn.
But they're all major league teams on any given day. I mean, you can have the kind of results that we're getting today.
Do greatly appreciate it though for people tuning in though.
Really good team is just looking for consistency.
And the 1-2 pitch to Harper, and
Harper
shoots it down the left field line. That's going to be an extra base hit for Harper, and that's another run scored for the Philadelphia Phillies. They just kind of keep chopping back. So Bright is now, I think, 2 for 4.
Harper now single home run and a double in this ball game.
And really a beautiful piece of hitting. So he throws that change up and
Just go the other way.
stays right on it.
Just good piece of hitting by Harper, just to
Slides it on down.
take advantage of just take advantage of that abandoned side of where the shift is. I'm just saying that's kind of how the.
Something's going to happen. It's not going to be like in Washington when the bunny comes out and gets.
And swinging to miss strike 1 on for Nick Castellanos, who's, let's be real, already got a hit, that extended his hitting streak to 7 games, which is crazy because it's like, I think because Castellanos has been like one of our hot hitters since coming into Philadelphia. Yeah, granted he had a slow start to it, but I think he started figuring it out.
1 ball, 1 strike.
But with Schwarber, on the other hand, it's a bit different. And the 1-1 pitch. Misses outside for now. He counts now 2 balls and 1 strike on Nick Castellanos.
Castellanos will be bearing down. Anytime that he's got a bat in his hand, been really impressed by the fact that
Hey, appreciate it, man.
every single at bat.
I really appreciate that.
It's not important to me.
So now 2 balls, 1 strike here for Nick Castellanos. Get out of here. And swinging and a miss, strike 2 on the inner half. Just a little bit out in front of that pitch. And the count's down even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. And Castellanos chops it to short. And that is the end of the Phillies' top half of the 7th. To the middle of the 7th we go, which is basically the commercial break.
Time to stretch. Back into this.
All righty. Let me check. People are just constantly blowing on the phone. All right.
Because we bring efficiency with power and savings with style. Think you can stand in our way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids. Powerful efficiency makes Toyota the #1 retail brand for certified vehicles 22 years in a row. Visit your tri-state Toyota dealer. Toyota. Let's go places.
People have asked me how my lung cancer diagnosis. Honestly, it has. Thanks to MD Anderson, we got the tumor out, but there's more to the story.
Andy's tumor had some abnormalities that are commonly associated with a genetic cause for colorectal cancer.
So it was Lynch syndrome.
At MD Anderson Cancer Center at Cooper, we have a whole team dedicated to cancer genetics.
At MD Anderson at Cooper.
We are forever grateful.
In St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida, every detail is more vivid and more vibrant than you could ever imagine. Where soothing waves beckon you to explore it all. Where miles of America's best beaches meet a world-renowned art scene. Immerse your senses in St. Pete Water, Florida.
Not yet, Key. We still got another 2 innings we have to get left out. But don't worry, though. Don't worry, but at 5, like I said, at 5 o'clock, I got my Eagle show coming up. Because I got Tyler's going to come in, joining with me. So we're going to be talking probably Eagles football, like at least for an hour, 15 minutes.
It's okay to be afraid
As long as you face the fear.
and keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
Drive a Honda. The adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with a thrilling performance.
Yeah, tell me about it, Key.
Hurry into a local Honda dealer. New vehicles are 5 and 10.
But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna we're gonna go downstairs and grab my new tripod, anyways, because I might start doing some like mobile live streaming too at the same time. Probably do like another Q&A stream. Oh Jesus!
What's going on with Zach Wheeler? I think first and foremost, if you watch him today, you look at his velocity. He's down 3 miles an hour in his fastball right now from last year. You talk about a guy who's throwing the high 90s, 97 miles an hour average. Now he's down to 94 today. That's not good. Obviously not a bonus. His off-speed stuff looks flat. Doesn't have a lot of weight to it. He's got some issues that he needs to work through. And thinking about what happened in spring training with his shoulder, there's going to be question marks. We'll hear Joe Girardi, Zach Wheeler about that postgame. Benny, let's go up now. Do it. That is Bryce Harper. So you guys want to feel it picking up so fast. He came into this game at 150. Now he's at 222. 3 for 4 so far in this game. It's great to see. And a couple base hits the opposite way. Obviously, the home run to right center. His swing looked completely different. Not pulling off the baseball, using the whole field, taking what the pitcher's going to give him. That's a very good positive for the Philadelphia Phillies from an offensive standpoint. Now the other guys, though, not sure. And I know Ben was talking about the velocity off the bat, hard hit balls. We'll see you post game live, guys. Back to you.
All right, Michael, thank you. We appreciate that as we begin the bottom of the
The first pitch. Man, Christopher Sanchez is still out there. Come on now, Joe. Come on, you gotta get this kid out of here. The kid's pretty much, and that's a weird foul ball, but still gets the out anyways.
Sanchez had that sinker in on Sanchez's hand, and almost hit his knuckles. Go pick him up.
I didn't think he thought it was foul, and it wasn't. So here's Aguilar. Aguilar is 0 for 3. He's fly to left. He's struck out. He's grounded to shortstop.
Actually, you know what? Actually, since I kind of looked at the time, I'm pushing back the Eagle stream because I didn't realize the time. Because this might go past 5 o'clock. The way that this might go along. I got a lot of time, but yeah. Yeah, trust me. I'm definitely trying to get my hair cut sometime this week as well because I really do need it. But I do appreciate a lot of people coming in though. And the 1-0 pitch from Sanchez misses for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
Bryce in the DH role today. Distributed both the 2 runs the Phillies have. 3 balls.
And 3 balls and no strikes from Christopher Sanchez. So let's be real. Like this kid has still stayed in the game. You know, after getting, I don't know. I kind of don't like how Joe's leaving some of these guys that are out there. And the 3-0 pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Oh, that's very interesting. But for me, I just like mine short. And that's a base hit for Jesus Aguilar.
And here's Wendell, but Girardi's going to the bullpen.
Well, about fucking time. Jesus Christ.
So Joe is going to make a pitching change here.
Well,
as Christopher Sanchez this afternoon is done. He's responsible for the runner at first base.
So we got a pitching change finally coming up. Oh, about fucking time. God damn. So we got Brad Hand now coming in. Yeah, I know. I trust me. I've seen how long his hair can be. That's true.
You need the right marketer. Like one who can optimize this, balance that, launch these, and wrangle all of that. Well, LinkedIn has tons of those people, so you can hire the right one.
Tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. You gotta do it fast.
Woo! New personal record.
Well, until this game is over, basically. I'm here all for this entire game. But yeah, I'll probably do like another live stream at some point, probably some later time in the day. All that stuff. Probably do like a post game show, maybe around like maybe like 5:15, 5:30 kind of. Yeah. So I'll still be around. I'll probably do like a live stream on my phone too. So I mean.
I don't cook. It's a good thing you smell handsome.
But yeah. I'll still be here, though. Probably do like a different live stream as usual. Well, yeah, like I said, tomorrow I will be doing going to be doing another Sixers live play-by-play, which I've done a lot. There's during like a lot in the regular season, but the first time I'm calling a postseason game. Yes, I am subscribed to you, my guy. I already have a subscription to you. That is true. I appreciate the 4 people tuning in, though. Greatly appreciate it. So now we got Brad Hand coming in on relief for Christopher Sanchez, who I think Joe just left in a little bit too long. And first pitch from Brad Hand misses way outside for ball 1. Hey, appreciate it, Markham Raider. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Happy Easter to you, my guy. And that pitch is in there. Ah, okay. Hey, that's some good stuff there. I'm glad, man. The count's now 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. And did he go? And Joey Wendell could not hold the swing. Counts now 1 ball, 2 strikes. But yeah, huge shout out to the 4 people coming in. I do appreciate you guys really tuning in, especially here in the. Oh, technically you should have been bottom of the 7th, which I completely forgot about that. Well, the Phillies still down 7. And the pitch. And misses outside for ball 2.
Every time a Phillies pitcher throws a pitch of 95 miles per hour or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by.
Hey, I appreciate it. That's some awesome stuff. I'm because I want to think about it, because I've done that only once with the I think what I did with during the mental health, because that's something that I want to try to at least do more of, is try to do at least some of.
Chase that slider and held off on it.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome to see. Yeah. So now the count's out 3 balls and 2 strikes on Joey Wendell. And just a bit misses outside for ball 4.
Didn't miss by much. Pretty good fastball. Not missed by much. Brian Anderson's coming up.
So we got Brian Anderson now coming up with 2 men on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Anderson has scored 3 runs today.
He is so far. Anderson today is 1 for 2 with 2 walks, a single, and 3 runs scored. Unbelievable. Not really. So I've actually read on your YouTube channel that you like the Dodgers and the Red Sox. I'm pretty much sure. At some point, I might have to bring you onto my channel at some point later. And Anderson chops it foul.
Foul to the Marlins dugout, and it's 0-1.
That'll be interesting to kind of meet another small content creator here on the platform. I'll definitely bring you on, man. And we can just, kind of just shoot the shit a little bit. Gotta say, I gotta check my schedule as well. And that's a long foul ball to the seats. Because I will definitely have you on for sure, my dude. I don't make no mistake about that.
Mike Trout was hit by a pitch in the hand that was taken out of the game.
Then like has done no balls and 2 strikes on Brian Anderson.
Cap last year, not the entire season.
Yeah, all Trout was doing so far this year.
And the 0-2 pitch misses way upstairs for ball 2.
Out of the strike zone. Let's pick up 7 hits and 28 at bats, 2 doubles, 2 home runs. That's scary. We saw that with Mickey Moniak when he was hit by a pitch. And he eventually went on the injured list.
I have no idea what kind of pitch that was, but One of the things you're just not seeing, man, the pinpoint command and that short spring training didn't help things.
Well, there you go.
You're seeing
And Anderson gets hit.
3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, actually, that's if you check out my channel, you can hit, I have my email linked to all my my channel as well in the about section. So I got Jazz Chisholm coming up.
He just pulls this fastball. He's not trying to hit anybody. He's trying to get in on him, and he misses the spot probably about 6 or 8 inches, maybe a little more.
All right, so tough spot here. Phillies down 9-2.
So far, Jazz Chisholm today 2 for 4 with a double and a triple. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike.
He tripled his first time up.
I gotta start looking at my email in the description.
It's tough to double up just because of the speed.
Yeah,
That one's out toward right center field. Castellanos is there, and he makes the catch. Boy, that ball was knuckling. Runnels scored. It'll be the 3rd RBI.
thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. So that is 10 runs for the Marlins. Are you kidding me? But we're still with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
Really barrel this ball. Has a pretty good swing. It doesn't necessarily barrel it up, but again, this ball was stopped, popped, and dropped, and Castellanos stayed with it. I think you hit the nail on the head. That ball was knuckling out there. The second time we saw a bad hop in the air.
I like that bad up.
Yeah. Scary as an outfielder. It usually doesn't happen.
Now De La Cruz 2 for 3. Open to run his first time up, scored a run also.
And the first pitch is in there for a called strike. To Brian De La Cruz, who's also 2 for 3 with 2 singles.
That'll close the lineup. Sanchez, 3 in the 3rd, 4 hits, 3 runs.
And that pitch misses outside for ball 1.
Just a bit low. It's 2-1.
You got to give the Marlins credit there.
So now the count's now 2 balls, 1 strike.
Sure that the Phillies pitchers are throwing strikes, and when they're getting a pitch in, they're taking advantage of it.
And the pitch. And that is in there for a called strike.
That's in there. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. You know, County.
Yeah, I don't think I got it.
The Phillies have hit, this is to your point, 11. It's a lot.
Reach.
That is a lot. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't even get your email, my dude.
Gotta tighten up
Not what it's showing me.
hand a little bit.
Over to shortstop, Camargo charging. He's got a strong arm.
And that will end it here in the bottom of the 7th. Yeah, I didn't get that. Yeah, it's not. Oh, never mind. I got it. Apparently, it's. Yeah, I got it. Never mind. Apparently, it's moved to my spam. Apparently, give me a second here.
That's a pretty tight spot. Watch this. Your Clemson stuff. That's so you. Of course you know what I'm doing. That's so Andy had it for free.
They're here.
There you go.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yep.
So you.
It is.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Pay no interest on Buick SUV models.
Damn. To the top of the eighth we go. Phillies down 8. Holy shit, man. This team's garbage. Unbelievable with this team, man.
Charlotte 10-2, 10 runs on 12 hits for the Marlins. Time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game. This was a solid play by Brian Anderson. His first day out Monday.
He's never really played this, as you said. He comes out and makes a great sliding catch down the line of his mouth, and he comes up firing and almost gets Schwarber at first base with a double play, but Schwarber slid back pretty quickly.
I never used them, actually. So now we got Anthony Bass now coming on to pitch for the Miami Marlins here in the top of the 8th.
And one strikeout. Good game for Anthony Bass.
Okay.
He'll come at you with a bunch of sliders. That's what he does. Although with this kind of lead, you're not sure what he'll do.
It's true. Run lead to work with. Reese is over 3. He's grounded out and he struck out twice.
So we got Reese Hoskins now leading up 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And the pitch. And is in there for a called strike.
That's kind of what you were alluding to, Ruben.
And that's in there for a called strike.
Your job right now as a Marlins reliever is just get in there and pump strikes. Try not to walk anybody.
Marlins have a day off tomorrow, then the Cardinals come to town. Sweep by Reese, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, I don't think I got your request there, my dude. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Counts down 2-2 on Reese Hoskins. And strike 3 call. And come on, man. It's just ridiculous to see how. Yeah, I got it. All right. So we got Schwarber up. He is 1 for 3. Yeah, you're telling me, man. And the first pitch, Schwarber takes it for a cold. What is with these hitters taking strikes right down the fucking heart of the plate? Like, come on now. Like, swing the fucking bat. Like, what the fuck are you looking for? And the 0-1 pitch.
Blow it in. Yeah, it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
So 1 ball, 1 strike to Schwarber, but still, like.
Been a busy day here in South Florida. The Panthers are playing over near Fort Lauderdale. The Heat played and beat up the Hawks. The Phillies, the Marlins playing here.
And the 1-1 pitch. Misses upstairs for ball 2. Yeah, besides taking pitches right down the middle, they can actually swing the bat. It's not that hard. And goodbye, baseball. That is a home run for Kyle Schwarber. So I mean that Phillies down 7.
Just a nice, easy swing. He didn't really look like it was just.
And that's the problem too. Like the yes, sir.
Drive the ball. It was just a nice, easy, short swing. Fastball inside and just got the barrel to it. Less is more, Tom. Less is more.
392 feet is the estimated distance. Might be able to pick that up on our way out to the pump.
And that's called a strike up below the zone, which is kind of
0-1 to Segura.
not the.
Segura's 0 for 3.
Yeah, Segura needs to get on. We need to get this damn inning get started after Schwarber finally off the hands, and Aguilar can't make the play. So now no balls and 2 strikes here on Gene Segura.
Gene's a little bit off timing wise. He's been out of the lineup, 3 or 4 days, and it kind of shows a little bit. He's really swinging the bat well when he got hurt.
Hit by a pitch, that's fine. It was the shoulder on a diving play out in short center field that was causing his issues.
And the 0-2 pitch. And Segura leaves it down the dirt. Now the count's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Okay. And the 1-2 pitch. And Segura chops it to the ground to short, and that's going to be out number 2 here in the top of the 8th. We just can.
Spot is due up. That's where Bohm is hitting. Alec playing third base now.
So now you got Alec Bohm now coming to pinch hit for Didi.
I really like his approach at this time. He's using the middle of the field, much like he did during the course of his rookie season. He feels, you can see and sense the confidence that he has when he gets to the plate, as opposed to where he was for a lot of the year last year.
Obviously, with the Phillies still now 7, the first pitch to Bohm is downstairs for ball 1. I mean, so far this season is 7 games. So Bohm's only 7 for 10 with a 700 batting average. So I mean, that at some point that is gonna go down at some point.
Outside.
And that pitch misses outside for ball 2 to Alec Bohm.
Alec Bohm's seen 34 fastballs so far this year. 2 breaking balls this at bat. Hitting .714 against the fastball. There's a fastball.
And takes a first, and that fastball right down the chute for strike 1. I wish, man, because I think I've only gotten like almost 30 in one night because of that. During like from one stream, and Bohm swings and misses for strike 2.
Something else.
Well, the scouting report is that he throws a ton of sliders, and perhaps he was looking for that. Again, this situation doesn't necessarily warrant that at 10-3.
So he's now 2 balls and 2 strikes here. I appreciate it, my guy. I really do appreciate that. And the 2-2 pitch, and Bohm chops a foul. And the 2-2 pitch. And Bohm chops the foul again to try to keep the count alive.
Job of spoiling that slider. It's a very good pitch. staying in the at-bat.
And the 2-2 pitch.
Line drive out.
And that is a line, hard line out to the left. Yeah, nothing you can't Bone can't do about that. To the middle of the 8th we go.
We look to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still a pretty good swing by Alan Bone.
Okay. And as for me, I don't care about the Flyers playing tonight because they are garbage. But yeah, so far, I don't know. I think the Phillies need to find a way to do something because now they're going to be traveling to Colorado to take on the Rockies. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Because like I said, the ultimate goal I want to try to do with this is try to get this channel monetized, which is one of my ultimate goals, is try to make some side money on here. But I'm just having fun with it. I'm just doing it, just having fun with it. Basically, like if I want, I do. I mean, I just appreciate it because it's like I said, well, basically, because obviously with YouTube, because if I get like say 1,000 subs and 4,000 total watch hours, I'll be eligible to make money on YouTube. So I can start doing these or and people like do like super chats and all that stuff. I have my own like merch options. So that's all linked down below. All my social media as well. But yeah, so that's kind of where most people can find me most of the time. There's only a couple occasions where people, and I still have not made rules about what my business email. If anybody does not have social media, then you find a way to contact me. You guys can take the time and reach my my business email. But when someone say like serious inquiries and all that stuff, basically not. Because I've only had the response to one email in my inbox one time, because it's like if I want to cover boxing, it's first of all, I don't even like boxing. Boxing is one of my least favorite things to watch. And I was polite about it, and this one lady just started giving me shit for it. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying. See, I'm doing this as a side thing because I actually literally do have a full-time job actually. But yeah, and I'm probably going to do some LB The Show 22 streaming as well. Probably what, maybe 5:30, 5:45 maybe. I'll start doing those. I'm going to be doing those as well. Not just doing these live play-by-plays or videos. I will do I have my own podcast shows and stuff like that, or sometimes I'll throw in a I have I do gaming streams for MLB The Show 22. Sometimes I'll do non-sports games live from my PS4, all that good stuff. Yeah, I had The Show 22 as well. Actually, took me a while to get it because it's well, I got the digital version because not just that too. And the first pitch fouled off by Rojas for strike one. Yeah, but I appreciate huge shout out to the three viewers still sticking with me on this live play-by-play. I usually don't do the stream video. I don't have NHL 22 though, and that shot foul. Yeah, the only thing, because I have NHL 18 though. That's the thing. Which is yeah, well, it is what it is, though, Mitch.
There's no way they're going to implement that until next year. Is that correct?
Yeah. not do it during the course of this year.
And here comes the 0-2 pitch to Rojas.
I think they're
Fouls it
finding
all.
everything that they want
Just
to
to
find
keep,
out.
to keep the count still 0-2.
About it. I don't think that I think everything in just a few days that they've seen it's cut the game time, sped up the action, but it's also been able to make sure that nobody's disappointed with the strike zone.
And the count's now no balls and 2 strikes on Miguel Rojas.
Have the timer be that quick though, the major league level.
I think
really
it's going to
low.
be pretty quick.
Wow.
0-2 and the pitch.
And the pitch. And just misses downstairs for ball 1.
9 seconds for the hitter to get in.
I don't think that they've settled on that. It is down in the minor leagues a certain number. They haven't settled on the exact number that it will be. From what I've read, some of it is ambiguous too. They want to leave it open while they test it as it goes on. Don't get me wrong, I love this.
So Alvarado gets set and delivers a 1-2 pitch.
The industry.
And
That's why I read those.
and Rojas fouls it off his leg, and that was not an uncomfortable feeling.
Between 20 and 25 minutes in the short period of time.
That doesn't surprise me. They were doing it in Arizona, the Arizona Fall League. I guess it probably comes back, and I think they continue to do that.
This ball got a piece of Rojas's foot.
And his knee, that double whammy.
That's just unfortunate.
Get him out of the lineup.
No, taking a foul ball off your knee. I mean, I have not speak from experience about that, but seeing like players who've done that, probably the most. It's not like it's scary to see that because I mean, we saw Christian Yelich broke his kneecap because of that, of a foul ball off his knee. You hate to see it. You really, truly hate to see it. And Alvarado kicks and deals the 1-2 pitch, misses downstairs for ball 2.
One thing that we do know, just from the one article I read, is that they are going to have a different time for nobody on, somebody on.
Right.
So right now it's 14 and 19 seconds with nobody on, and then 19 seconds with somebody on. But there still could be a change when it comes to the big leagues.
And the 2-2 pitch.
Swing and a miss.
And swing and a miss. Strike 3 on Miguel Rojas. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th.
And that is just an absolute filthy sinker down and in. Oh, it's actually a cutter. Wow, they had a lot of movement. Rojas swings over it. So tough to distinguish.
Now we got Peyton Henry now coming up, and he's 0 for 4 with 3 groundouts and a flyout with also with an RBI.
Peyton Henry, the batter, he's 0 for 4 with an RBI in today's game.
Yeah, well, look, take it from me as a pitcher personally. I've taken some line drives right at me. I can speak that from experience. They were not hard, but I've taken some shots off my body as a pitcher. No, that too, yeah. And the 1-0 pitch, and just overthrew that for ball 2.
Take him away from having those lapses where he's throwing ball after ball after ball, or missing pretty badly in the zone.
It didn't seem like, and he missed time because of a neck issue in spring. It didn't seem like it took.
For me, I'm a pitcher and a first baseman.
That new style. Speaking of styles,
What do you think's going on there?
I think it's an Easter party. I don't know.
Trying to coax somebody.
And here's the 2-0 pitch. Misses way inside, and they clipped him.
That's number 12, Tom.
Yep. Phillies lead the league in hit by pitch.
Unfucking believable.
And it's a fairly wide margin. I mean, today it's 4 that have been hit. It may be problematic, not only because of the runs that could score from it, but it may be problematic because there may be some retaliation at some point.
I'm a little concerned if you're a position player. We're talking about his mechanics, and he misses by
Way to go.
17 feet.
Now we got Jorge Soler up with Peyton Henry on first, reaching on a hit by a pitch.
Still there.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm not fully monetized.
It's 0-1.
I'm not even that. I'm not far from 1,000 subs. I'm so far away from that. That's going to be a little bit of a work.
So there today is reached on an infield hit, grounded out, hit by a pitch, reached on an error, and flied out to right field. So 1 for 4 overall. His average at 171.
Yeah, right now, because right now I'm sitting at 407. So I mean, the first thing that's probably going to get close to get knocked out when it comes to that criteria is probably my public watch hours, because obviously doing like videos and live streams is pretty much what's raising my watch hours, and that is in there for ball 1 to Jorge Soler.
It's just off the plate. And it evens it up 1-1.
And the 1-1 pitch from Alvarado kicks and deals, misses downstairs for
They show a little
is for ball 2.
with the stuff. And he's got such good stuff that you almost, as a catcher, you almost want to sit right in the middle of the plate, just let his stuff.
Yep. But I think obviously with the Rockies here, I don't think that should be much of a problem, because obviously because I think there's going to be a lot of runs scored, because obviously with Colorado being high altitude, all that stuff, I think that's like a disadvantage, I think, for the Rockies themselves. And that misses for ball 3.
Both of these are close. They are just off the plate if you're following the box.
I mean, I wish, but you got to think too, this Phillies team they're just having a hard time hitting. I mean, granted, yeah, I mean, we already got 3 runs on 8 hits, plus we can't capitalize with runners in scoring position. It's just.
We're toward third, ball.
And that's just an easy play for Alec Bohm, which I think a lot of. So right now for the Rockies, so Monday, so Nola. Oh God, I'm doing the Nola game. Blah. Nola, it's garbage. So Chalo Cool is going to start for the Rockies against Nola. Gibson going to take on Kyle Freeland, so the 2 Kyle's going to go at it. So and then Zach Eflin and Herman Marquez will be going at it for Game 3 of that Rocky series.
It's going to have to get better. Hasn't been real good, and hopefully they can get themselves back on track. Starting with Aaron.
Now we got Jesus Sanchez now coming up here in the bottom of the 8th.
One bullpen session, and then a few throwing sessions in between starts. Sanchez back toward the middle,
And that's a base hit for Jesus Sanchez.
Another run will score. It'll be 11-3.
What's going on, Secret Underdog? Honestly, can we just go to Denver already at this point? Jesus Christ. What's good, man? Oh God, I slept in my neck wrong this last night.
Good things happen when you make contact. It's the fastball down the middle, and Sanchez.
And this is why sometimes I hate the shift, because of shit like that. Because for me, I was still freaking, would have had Segura play a couple steps over towards the bag, because if he was there, I think Segura would have made that play. Plain and simple.
4-1 game's a lot.
And we got Jesus Aguilar facing off against Alvarado in the first pitch. Kicks and deals. Is in there for a called strike.
Aguilar, who is 1 for 4 in this game with a walk and a run scored.
And the 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses for strike 2. So we got no balls, 2 strikes with the runner on first. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Phillies down 8, unfortunately.
It's just a matter of honing it, throwing it more consistently over the plate.
Yeah, the hit by pitch.
Hockey. See, for me, I like even though I don't, obviously the Flyers, but I don't watch hockey as much as I used to. Because the Flyers are absolute garbage. they're such a trash hockey team, and Aguilar swings and misses on that pitch for strike 3. So to the top of the 9th we go. So okay, so you like the Washington Capitals? Okay. That's understandable. For me, I'm just not a big hockey fan as I used to, because I feel like hockey at times has lost its luster over the years. It's not been not the best, to say the least.
Current qualified lessees can get this blazer for around $279 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. The best way to enjoy Phillies baseball is with a season ticket plan. Enjoy preferred pricing, postseason ticket options, access to special events, exclusive resales, and much more. There are plenty of different plans to choose from. Pick the one that's right for you at Phillies.com/season. May 1st, the tradition continues as runners unite on Philly's most iconic street. It's the Blue Cross Broad Street.
Yeah, well, baseball's always been my number one sport. It's always been that way for as long as I can remember.
All the action, no matter where you are. Celebrate the largest, most popular 10-miler in the country, the Blue Cross Broad Street Run, Sunday, May 1st, only on NC10 and Telemundo 62. Count on it. Sponsored by Independence Blue Cross.
I don't know why I did not bring up the scoreboard.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by
Ooh, wow.
all-wheel drive. Visit your local Tri-State Toyota dealer today. Buy Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Only from Xfinity. By Citizens, official bank of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IBX.com. We go to the top of the 9th inning. We have shots all over South Florida. Phillies are down 11-3. The final game of this 4-game series.
Yeah, unfortunately. It is what it is, though.
Last handful of years, and it's continued at least to start this season. We'll leave after this one and head to Denver to start a 3-game set. So head for past the 5 o'clock hour on this Easter Sunday.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is, though, you know. Now we got Camargo not leading off for the Phillies.
Because of the Peacock streaming games that'll start in May, right? No Major League game on Sunday can start before 1:30, aside from the exclusive Peacock game. Yeah, so the Marlins decided to swap it out now, not waiting.
And the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. Yeah, that's true. Then again, I've seen worse scores than this, so I mean, it is what it is. And the 1-0 pitch is in there for a cold strike to Johan Camargo.
The 140 part, the 40 instead of 35. I mean, that's all dependent on what they want to do pregame wise. 1-1.
And here comes the 1-1 pitch to Camargo. And that's a well-struck ball into the warning track. Sanchez makes the catch for out number 1 to here in the top of the 9th. We got Samoa Muzziotti now coming up with 1 away here in the 9th.
Jesus Sanchez playing center field for the first time, I guess probably in his career, consistently doing it at the major league level. Took a little bit of a circuitous route to that ball, but stayed up in the air long enough for him to track it down.
Well, he's been out there for 4 games, and he's done a decent job with all the questions surrounding him.
And the first pitch to Muzziotti kicks and misses way inside for ball 1.
Is embracing it. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Muzziotti. He has flied to left twice, struck out looking in the 5th inning.
Now the 1-0 count here on Muzziotti. Kicks and deals the pitch. It's in there for a cold strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, they call that a slider, but it's actually more of a slurve. It looks like it's a much bigger break. He's a 4-6
fastball and slurve pitcher. There's a lot of those breaking pitches.
Then they've got the foot of Musiati, so he'll go to first.
And Musiai gets hit on the pitch.
Phillies get a base runner, and Garrett Stubbs will bat for the first time today.
Now we got Garrett Stubbs now coming up to hit for the Philadelphia Phillies.
In the last half inning.
Hey, huge shout out to 3 viewers still sticking with me on this stream on this beautiful Easter Sunday. And the first pitch to Stubbs. This is outside for ball 1. I'll probably do like a collaboration stream, maybe. Well, because I stream from my PlayStation 4, though that's going to be an issue because like I be stream like some of these other streamers like on Twitch and stuff like that, where like I need like you get OBS, all that stuff, and all that things, you know. Yeah, so I'm not that far advanced yet when it comes to streaming on my games, but I just stream just straight from my PS4 all the way onto my YouTube channel. That's pretty much about it. And the count's now 1 ball. See, I'm not a PC player. That's another reason why, because I never played on PC. Well, because I don't even. Well, I have my computer. I have a laptop, but and Garrett Stubbs misses that pitch. The swing misses on strike 2. Yeah, I'm a majority of a console player when it comes to my games. And here comes the 1-2 pitch.
Down 8 and the pitch. Check swing. They appeal, no swing.
And Stubbs held up a swing. So the count's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Tough not to be antsy in the box when you don't get a ton of the bats. Garrett's kind of jumping out there a little bit on the breaking stuff.
And Stubbs holds out, and the count's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Stubbs walks. I do have the show 20. I do. Because the only one shows I have the show 16, 19, 20, 21, and 22.
The best spot to do it is down the right field line, or maybe, depending on where Sanchez is shaded, somewhere toward right center field.
That's very good at bats, utilizing the entire field.
And I got Bryce Harper up at 2-1 here, 1 out at the top of the 9th.
What to get? What you gotta do is hook one down the line and have it rattle around for a while.
And the first pitch to Harper. Hey, kicks and deals. Misses outside for ball 1 to Bryce Harper.
And I think it started when
I gotta see because I've never done a collab video on a stream because it's like I said, because the only way I can stream it, it's just like how, because plus I gotta like talk to people in the chat and all that stuff like that, maybe and all that. Yeah, that's gonna be like a lot of work, unfortunately. As much as I love the idea, but that's probably gonna be a lot much more work. And Harper fouls it off for strike. Counts now even at 1-1.
Shake that one off.
it's exactly what you do not want to do in an 11-3 game in the ninth.
What, get hurt?
Yeah. Take one off your toe.
I think it was his back foot, too.
This
just waiting for the feeling to get back in there. Yep. Back foot.
Ouch. Yeah, ouch is right. Runners lead off.
Had delivers a 1-point pitch to Harper, and oof.
He knows it too. It's 1-2.
And Harper just missed it. Now the count's now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bryce Harper.
Immensely. 18 years since the last Phillies cycle. Came off the bat of David Bell.
David Bell.
Jeez, God, I haven't heard of David Bell's name in a fucking while. That's back in 2004. Yeah, that makes me feel old. Even though I'm sitting here at 25.
And the 1-2 pitch coming to Harper.
And the 1-2 pitch.
Back to the screen.
I appreciate, sometimes and the only time that there's nobody else, because I got to think too, there's all the bigger Philly sports content creators out there, rather than just me. There's only a few times where I had almost 100 people in my stream. That was during the Sixers game when they took on the Mavericks at 10 o'clock at night, and that's the only exception where I got a ton of subscribers out of that. But sometimes I'll usually get 1 or 2, usually for streams like these, because no one else does them. And the pitch, and Harper fouls it back to stay alive at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Was it drastically easier?
Well, it was for me because they
didn't spin the ball as well as they should have.
They could spin the ball. They just couldn't spin the ball in the right spots. Right. Now they spin the ball and they spin it over the plate.
So Head, he gets a sign and kicks and deals with 1-2 pitch to Harper, and he chops it to the right side.
Second for 1, back to first, double play.
And that will do it.
The first road trip of the year does not end. It didn't begin or end the way the Phillies had wanted it to.
That is it. So the Phillies drop 3 of 4 to the fucking Miami Marlins.
In the 9th inning, the Phillies no runs, no hits, and 1 man left.
But yeah, but that's all I got to do for now. Oh, come on. Yep, game is over, but I have nothing else to add other than I'll see you, man. But other than that, I got nothing else to add to this team. This is really disappointing because it's like, the fact that some of these professional players cannot, if you can't swing at the first pitch, it's kind of really getting ridiculous at this point. It's getting really to the point where we got to start thinking to ourselves, maybe it could just be the coaching. I don't know what it is. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the stream. With that being said, I hope everybody who enjoys their Easter or their Passover. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next stream.